Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode. Happy Saturday. Thank you guys for being here. We have a lot to talk about tonight. Something came out and I noticed, I think it was like an hour ago, maybe less. We're going to get into that. But how are you, my friend? Thank you for being here. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute, Fab. Thank you for having me, bro. It's always good to be back here with the community and everybody that's part of OSC, and ICS, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for coming back to collecting. You've been apparently
Like
from
my new shirt.
stand up so they can see it.
I don't really want to stand up,
There
but
you go.
it's a pretty nice tee.
He doesn't want to stand up because he's not wearing underwear. So, guys, you, he's like, haha. So yeah, guys, it's gonna be a fun night. We have, like I said, we have to continue the topic that we left off on, which was Mike's conversation about what was going on with Anakin and Joker. He brought up some stuff in the group, and I'm gonna pull it up and we're gonna get into it. Also, guys, the raffle is closed. I'm running it with the only 4 people who played. So that's going to be the raffle.
Well, shout out to them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Somebody's going to be a lucky winner tonight.
Absolutely. Well, no, it's not tonight. It's going to be Monday. But I'm just letting you guys know that, that the raffle is officially done and closed. I'm going to probably take a break from the raffles for a while. I'm going to be using that stock for trades and whatever I see fit, maybe opening up some of them if I able to use them in my personal collection. Obviously they're multiples, but we'll see. So yeah, the raffles are going to be done for a little bit, and I'm actually going to start working. That's another thing. I'm going to start working on a collection tour. Been asked about it multiple times, within the past like 5 months. And so I think it's about time. So what I'm going to do is, you guys know all my figures are right here, all the sealed stuff that's, it looks like a storage unit over here.
Yeah.
So what I'm
going on
doing, well, at least you got containers. I got like straight boxers, so mine looks worse. So what I'm going to be doing this week coming up, guys, is I'm going to be cleaning up this area very, very quickly. So hopefully one day bring everything upstairs, have this, completely clean, wide open, and then start working on the collection tour. The reason why I haven't is specifically because of this. It looks very ugly. I can't give you guys like a whole full, shot of the room without these boxes being there, and they look very ugly. So that's why I'm getting rid of these boxes and going upstairs. But let me see who's in here tonight with us quickly. We're still waiting on Mike. So we'll see. We got Peyton in the house. How are you, my friend? Welcome. Thank you for being here as always.
Starting it off.
Bobo in the house. How are you? Welcome. He said, hello, collectors and not collectors like Lucho. Oh, man. And like Flavio, too. Don't forget.
Yeah, right.
Guys, please don't forget, hit that like button if you don't mind. I appreciate it.
He's got to be sleeping right now.
Lucho is probably balls deep in his pillow right now after the because he works. No, actually, no. Falls. He's working right now.
Wow.
It's the middle of the night, so he's working. Rob, how are you, my friend? Thank you for being here tonight. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't be selfish. Did I miss the intro? I don't know. When did you get in? You were the first one here, Peyton. Rewind. Let's see. Flavio the He said Flavio. Oh man, that was the best name I ever came up with. you had a yarmulke and everything. That was crazy. Daniel in the house. How are you, my friend?
it's more like Flavos
Flavos. How are you, Daniel? Thank you for being here, my friend.
with that gauntlet that Bobby made me.
That gauntlet. What's up, Fabs? What up, Flavio? How are you, my friend?
What's going on, Rob?
My
How you
nose
doing,
is
my
so
guy?
itchy. Slugging what six? How are you, my friend?
Yeah, we got to talk about that
Thank you for
too.
being here. We got to talk about what?
How I hit lucky on artisans.
Oh yeah, we gotta. That's what I'm saying. We're gonna
You
get into
know,
all that. Probably one of the very few people who got both. Part of ICS on the weekends. It's unreal. The Thor, how are you, my friend? Welcome. Where's Axel? Axel, I have no idea. Axel, he was supposed to be on Saturday, canceled last minute, and then that was it. I haven't heard from him since. So hopefully he's all right. He should be all right. We got Derek in the house. How are you, my friend? Welcome, welcome. Nice to see you. We got Harold in the house. How are you, my friend? Thank you for being here tonight. We got he said thank you in
he
advance.
feels the luck in the air tonight.
Yeah, I know. And I I put on a few good, good pieces there as well. So good luck to you guys. You all four deserve it. You guys were the only ones who played. So somebody's gonna get something good. Guaranteed. Joker J in the house. How are you, my friend? Welcome. There's Axel in the house. Axel. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. We got Matt Plant in the house. How are you, my friend? Chris in the house. How are you, my friend? Thank you for being here tonight. Do the collection tour. You have that
Right?
Oh,
Imagine
man.
it'll be a 2 hour and like
Well,
45-minute collection tour.
That's what's crazy because so I did a full one time. My very first one was a full one. It was very quickly, right? But to actually get per shelf, it's gonna be a while,
Yeah,
It's gonna
and
be
are you doing commentary? No commentary? You
no,
should do
I don't do commentary just because that's just gonna make it that much longer.
I
So
will.
I just want to show the figures, and I want to do it. I want to do it slow enough for you guys to be able to count how many there are if it's something that interests you. You know what I mean? Because I always talk about how many I have, and I feel like that number is a little like surreal for some people. So I want to do it slow enough so you guys could count, how many displayed figures I do have.
1 billion.
But so that's why that's why I want to clean up down here because once that's done, then it's gonna be immediately within the next week we're gonna have a collection tour, and not only that, but then I have to buy some type of editing software for the video because obviously I gotta put it together and stuff. So we're gonna try to the one thing that I don't know how to do, and if somebody could help me with, is how to add free music to videos. That's the one thing that for whatever reason it's always copyrighted and I always get not a strike, but I always get the notification that there's a problem. So that is the one thing I would love to figure out because once I figure that out, then I could always add music to my videos without having it be a problem. And I understand that there's free music out there on YouTube and stuff that that you could use for free. I just don't know what to do with that stuff. Harold says you can be the East Coast Brent. I imagine. I do have. You know what they should do? They should call me and say, "What do you have back there?" And then they should have me sell them what I have, so then they could come out with new warehouse finds from
Imagine
from my warehouse.
warehouse finds featuring FabsFigures.
Imagine. Chris, how are you, my friend? Good morning for Figures, Fabs. How you doing? How are you, my friend? Welcome. Thank you for being here. I know it's super late for you. We got, let's see who else. Nefty in the house. How are you, my friend? Thank you for being here. Welcome, welcome. Thule. Haven't heard from Thule in like a week. Unreal. Some friend this guy is. Used to message me every time before a stream, every day before a stream. It's been probably about 200 years since I've heard from him. Unreal. Unbelievable. I got a commercial before. Oh, so yeah, so you probably missed the intro.
Dang ads.
I can't. It doesn't work. I can't. It doesn't work. This guy's so selfish. Smash that like button, guys. Please don't forget if you don't mind. I appreciate it. Thank you. I so apparently now YouTube has these two options. It says you either super chat or hit the like, whatever you guys prefer. You decide. Thank you. Let's see. Flavio has a new collector luck. I did. Yeah, crazy. For somebody who doesn't collect,
I
he got both.
collect 100%.
He got both.
Okay,
What are the
I'm
chances?
in it. I'm in here.
Guillermo in the house. How are you, my friend? Welcome. Great Saturday from California. Welcome. Nice to see you here, my friend. It's nice and early for you over there. It's only 6:43 over there. I wish it was 6:43 over here. Let's see who else is in here. Fast finds. Imagine. Oh man, Fab's fine. Fab just record more like humming. Well, it's humming. You think of doing? Yes, soon, very very soon. Like I said, I've been many have asked for within all the time, but within the past like 5 months, I've been getting a lot of requests, and it's about time. I'm at 1,260 figures right now displayed. That's not counting, what's out.
That's substantial.
Yeah, so that's why it's about time. But yeah, stay tuned because it's coming. It's coming, and I want to make it, like I said, I want to be able to make it nice and decent and make it, I feel like the music in any video changes the entire video. You know what I mean? So that's what I really want to would like some help on, to be able to make it, once I could add music to something, that makes me that much happier with the final product of the video. Flavio, I can't believe you got Anakin. We can't be...
Listen, guys.
Go ahead. Tell him, and I gotta say something about that as well. Go ahead.
I just want to be very clear here. It was a roller coaster for me, just like it was for anybody else out there. I'm talking about like heart pounding, wrenching 3 weeks, I think, maybe more than that. What was it, Fab? Probably like a month from when we heard the announcement, and then to when we finally got the RSVP, and then that whole loophole thing. So, I mean, I can't even, like, of course, when you're the person that gets it, you're after, I got, but humbly speaking, like, I'm just so grateful that I got it. Like, I'm happy, but I just don't understand. I truthfully, honestly don't understand how I got it, because I will say it was hard, but at the same time, it wasn't, because it wasn't like...
When you say hard, do you mean stressful? Because it wasn't hard to click a button, so you mean stressful.
Yeah, nah. Yeah. I guess I'll say that it wasn't stressful either, because for both situations, like, first off, like, talking about the Joker, like, the first day, you got the RSVP, and we're all here waiting for, when is it going to go live? We already know. Like, for me, I kept saying this before it even went live. I did my due diligence. I did everything that I could possibly do. I know the time that it's going to go live, and I know the day. That's it. Like, that's all I could do to prepare myself, right? To be where I need to be at, to get the figure. But, first day with the Joker, you're waiting for an email. That's what we all assumed, right? Like, we're waiting for an email. It's going to take us, like, hyperlink into Sideshow. You're going to be able to buy the figure right there from there. It's going to probably make you sign in again, something like that. Completely not what happened whatsoever. Mind you, I'm at work both days for each release. So mind that, like, I'm literally running you know, doing what I do at
He
work.
almost quit his job to get these figures, guys, just so you know.
No. But I literally did
Right.
put I put myself on the line out there, so to speak, as in like prioritizing because when they went live like close to around my lunchtime. So what I did was I prioritized like literally my lunch around that. So I was like, okay, let me see if I can get these. So I literally took my lunch at my desk instead of going out into like the break room like I usually would. Which is fine and all. Like I do that for my second break sometimes. I don't ever really go out, but I had my laptop there, had my phone, had both of them set up.
He had like 15 screens open. That's what
No,
he's trying to tell you
listen.
guys.
I had on my laptop, I had 3 screens open.
Exactly.
No, listen. I had 3. No. Listen. So for on my laptop, I had 1 screen open when I first started out. So I had 1 screen open, had my phone ready. I popped out on my phone on Facebook, and somewhere, that picture that Joker's face where it was like, get ready, like you're in the
Yeah.
queue or whatever.
Yes.
So I seen somebody post that in the Geek Side um, group on Facebook, and I was like, "What the hell is that? Why is that picture there? I don't have that." Like my email,
I don't have that.
my wheels started turning. This is when we were all talking, in the group, and I was like, this is weird. Like, what's going on? So that's when I told you guys I'm to the coming soon page. So I went to the coming soon page and I seen that it was there, and I was like, that's weird. Clicked it. Right when I clicked it, it grabbed me and it put me in that screen. It said, "Oh, wait right here." So I was like,
Wait right here. We got one for you.
yeah. Not that we got one for you, but pretty much it was like, oh, you're in the queue, yada yada yada.
Wait, hold on. Let me say hello to Jay Hunter. How are you, my friend? He says, do you have to get that 3-0? No, I did not get any of those figures from that line. I have the original Sideshow GI Joe line, pretty much all of it. So I have the 3 Cobras that they made. There was a red one, like a crimson one, there was the regular blue one, and then there was a like a 2.0 that they made with 2 different helmets. One was the shiny one, and the regular Cobra one with it's like a mask. And so I don't have any of the 3-0 ones at all. But it looks good. The line looks really, really good. I just didn't get into it because again, I have all of them. Savon Mason, how are you, my friend? Welcome. I was able to get both. Yeah, lucky. Not many were. Frank Nice Rise, how are you, my friend? He says I scored Anakin to big surprises, Fabs. When we're doing the wedding. Imagine. I would, it's crazy. Like, I don't think people understand like how like sick that figure really is. That wedding dress Rodman is. Like, I don't think people like get it. It's easy to make fun of something that you don't have, right? But if you had this in hand, you'd be like, this is sick. Let's see. Do you have plans to get the 3? No, not at all, my friend. Not at all. I didn't get into that line. I do own every 3-0 Power Ranger that they've made. I bought them all. I haven't pre-ordered the black one with the golden collar thing, but I have them all so far. Nah, man, congrats for just playing. I didn't get the Well, don't forget, we're getting that dark side Anakin as well. So yeah, no, he got lucky. Flavio spoke to UPS driver. Watch your back.
Man, got a long.
Is that what you said?
I said we have a long time until they come out. So
you can tell that a lot of people in the hot sauce community have never gone for a limited.
yeah, that's true. That's
well,
true.
I never did either. But back years ago, that's what it was. If you didn't pre-order immediately, you were asked out. So I'm already used to that. It's just, I think what people are annoyed or were annoyed by mostly was the fact that they made it seem like everybody was going to have a chance, you know? And that to me was the most frustrating part. Like, if you're going to have, you know, say you got 4,000, but you're only going to have 1,000, like say that, you know,
Yeah.
people, you know, when my number was 3379 and, you know, I see that it's 4,000, I'm like, I'm getting one, you know, I'm like,
See,
I'm
but
go ahead.
that's what happened with me. Like it just was like a high number, and then I did not touch nothing, and I just let it go all the way down, trickle down until it led me into the site. And then you know what I did? I
You
went on
canceled
to
it. You ordered
no
it and you canceled it.
no, I went on to like where the screen is, like where it shows the new announced figures. I clicked it and it put me right back into the wait list again for
Okay.
like 10 minutes, 10 more minutes. And then when I got back in, I went straight for it. I literally clicked it like once, it went to the red screen, said like somebody else had it in your
Yeah,
cart. I was
that
like,
happened
that's
to me.
stupid. I
Yep,
did it again. Same thing.
that
I
happened to
did
me.
it a third time. I just kept seeing the 3 bars go like this. I was like, it's there. I was like, and
Yeah,
like
no,
it
that
really
happened.
said congratulations. I was like, you got it. I was like, oh my gosh. And the crazy thing was that like I carded the artisan one, and like those couple times when it was saying that I couldn't like card it, I was like, damn, that sucks. So then I was like, let me go for the collector's one just in case, because I didn't know if I was gonna get either. And then I forgot, like it never deleted the artisan one. So when I had checked out, my order is the artisan and collectors like in together. Like
Oh, you had them both in the car at the same time?
yeah, like it pulled them together
They,
at the last minute. It pulled them together at the
I
last minute.
kept so I got the Joker in the car once. Literally, I was like, oh, I was like, this was simple. Check out, ready to go. Sends me right back. I was like, are you kidding me? Hit it again, gone. I was like, so whoever, you know, whoever got in with me at the same time did it that much quicker. But yeah, it was that, and that's what was frustrating for me, you know, was that they made it seem like everybody was going to get one, and even though we knew it was limited, you know, we didn't. I don't think anybody knew it was 1,000 over 4,000. You know, that's
Honestly, I had more trouble with the Joker than the Anakin. Like the Anakin, like the next day when I got
um,
in, it said that weird shit, like where it was like, oh, it's paused. I was like 2,000 or like 17,000, like up there. But I was already like, you know, I was already Joker ready. Like, so I already knew like kind of
yeah.
what to expect. I got in there a little bit earlier, but it said it was paused. I was like, what the hell's going on? As soon as I got in, same thing. I clicked. It took me back out into a wait for like 10, like 15 minutes. It wasn't that long. Got back in.
Nah, it
When
wasn't
I
long.
clicked it, it was the first time. It didn't even say like I couldn't card it. It just let me take it away. I was like,
Carlos,
I'm
my
gone.
friend, how are you? Welcome, welcome. The Thor says, Flavio, what number were you? Excuse for something
For
random.
for Joker, I was like Fab said, I was like 3,000, 4,000,
Yeah, you were
and
very
then
early.
and then for the Anakin, you can see here, I
Hold on,
took a
hold
screenshot.
on. Can't really see. Oh yeah,
I,
there. Wait,
I
you
was
moved it.
4840,
4840.
4840 when it was paused, and then hang on here. Then when I finally got down to the nitty gritty
I'm
without
gonna
like,
say
obviously not
194.
refreshing or anything. I was 194, and from that point on, I was like, all right, I
Yeah,
got a good
you
chance.
got in.
Yeah.
Carlito, how are you, my friend? He says the Joker was smooth sailing. Anakin was. I didn't even get either one, so I was able to get both. Yeah, I didn't get. I mean, I didn't get either one through Sideshow. I am getting. This was something that I was going to tell you guys earlier. For those who are still interested in the Joker, not the Joker, the Anakin, the artisan Anakin, I may be able to get a few pieces. So if you're very, I don't know the price yet. That's the only thing. And I don't know how many pieces I'm going to be able to get, but I'm definitely going to get two for myself. I am 100% able to get them, like secured. So if anybody's interested, again, I don't know what the price. I don't even know what I'm paying for it. I just know that I'm going to be able to get them. I just don't know, like I said, how many extra copies for how many people, but I know for myself, I'm getting two 100%. Um, so like I said, if you guys are interested, message me and I'll see if I can get you guys one. But at least to have, a list of people who are interested. If you know 100% you're not getting one, let me know. People are saying refreshing, clicking links to go other places. All you have to do is send so forth. Yeah, you didn't have to refresh
See,
anything. And
but
no, I was gonna say that, and the thing was, even if you refresh, it wasn't doing anything anyway. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't changing your spot in line. So
well, still, that's still one key thing when you're ever in a queue that you never want to do. You never want to hit refresh because
right,
even if it's not taking you out of it, it's still like,
yeah, no,
it's
true,
moving you out of that window. You don't
it's
want to
true.
do that at all. Once you're in the queue, it will do exactly what it's supposed to do. It'll, I mean, people, you know, it's tough. It's a mental thing. You don't see the number change. You're like, oh, is it working? Should I hit you know what I mean? Just let it sit there. Let it do its thing.
Peyton says, "Fast, did you join the wait list?" I did. Well, so I ended up getting a rooted Joker through somebody else who got it from Sideshow and doesn't want it. So I'm taking it. So I'm getting it that way.
Wow.
I'm also getting the Wonder Woman that way because I didn't get it her either. And the Mark 7, my Mark 7 celebration piece already shipped. It should be here probably next week, either Monday or Tuesday. So I'm excited for that as well. So stay tuned for that video. um, let me see who else is here so we could get started. Let's see. I'm so glad. Yeah, I was very, very upset because of the fact that I wanted to Michael, welcome. I
So
wanted to to be able to
Yo,
get
Mike.
that rooted Joker as again, just the fact that it was Hot Toys' first rooted Joker. Um, so that's why I was mostly upset. But again, thank God I got it. Shout out to who's giving it to me. But that was the only way to get it. And I would have been very upset if I wasn't able to get my hands on it. And thank God I'm getting all three. Joker, Mark 7, and Wonder Woman. So, but it's just annoying to have to go through hoops to get these figures, and that's what I don't like personally.
Yeah.
Michael, how are you? Welcome.
good guys, what's going on?
So we're gonna
Bringing it
get started now that Mike is here. We're gonna get into one thing that I know a lot of people don't talk about is one line a lot of people don't talk about is Asmus. And Asmus Toys has been doing, Devil May Cry mostly and, stuff like that over the years. A lot of anime. They do Lord of the Rings. So obviously, as you guys know, I didn't get into any of those lines with them, except the only line I get from them is the what do you call it? The Devil May Cry, which is, as you can see down here, all these figures. So this is Devil May Cry 2, this is 4, this is 5. So they have different video game lines for Devil May Cry. So now that they're at the end of their Devil May Cry 5 line, they finally started shipping these guys, which I don't know if you play the game or not, but these are pretty much like magic spells that V, which I don't know if you guys know the story, but V is Virgil's human side that in the video game he pretty much stabbed himself with this sword and his personality, not his personality, he splits into two people. Urizen being the demon and V, this guy being, the human side, right? So he is a some type of sorcerer and he could, control with the spells, he controls these animals. So this here is called the Nightmare, this is Griffin, and this is Shadow, right? So they're finally shipping. So let me tell you guys a little background on this on my issue with Asmus toys, which is why they sent me this for free. I give them a shout out for that reason. So they sent me this guy because this is what happened. So when they announced that they were making Griffin and Shadow, which is the Bird and the Black Panther, day one pre-ordered because I have the entire line already, right? The Asmus line, the Devil May Cry Asmus, all of Devil May Cry from them, right? So I pre-ordered right away. So I had pre-ordered 2 Shadows, right? So 2 Black Panthers, one for the Black Panther line and one for the Devil May Cry line, and then obviously 1 Griffin. Months go by and they pop up again. I had completely forgotten that I had ordered them. So what did I do? I ordered 1 more Shadow and 1 more Griffin. So now I have each order is $20 deposit. So if you count everything together is $100, right? For whatever reason, they decided to change the product into a combo pack. So what happens is now I have all these orders, 2 separate orders all over the place, and they don't know who the hell I am. So I got an email regarding the one order that was the 2 Shadows and the 1 Griffin, and they're like, oh, we're changing the number, we're changing the product into a combination. What would you like to do? Blah, blah. I said, well, I have another order as well. And they're like, what's the order? So then I had to go on PayPal, get them all that information. So now, now it's a total of $100 that they owe me. So she's like, well, the accounting people are gonna, send you what do you call it? A refund, an email with the refund, blah blah. Like 3 weeks go by. What's going on? Oh, we've been busy. Stay on the lookout for your email. A week goes by. What's going on? Oh, well, it was like the runaround after the runaround after the runaround, and I was like, what the hell's going on right now? I was like, I pre-ordered this day one, and you're telling me that you don't know what's going on with what's the issue? Like, there was no, it was always like the runner. It was never like, it was always, we're doing this, and nothing ever got done. So then my email started getting a little more aggressive, like, yo, like I pre-ordered this day one. Like, why is my stuff, what's going on? Like, why is my money an issue all of a sudden? Anyway, long story short, they finally send me an invoice. So now the combo pack is $99.95, right? And I think there used to be I think something like $60 for the Shadow and $50 for the Griffin, right? Whatever it was. So they combined them, which I think combining them was a lot smarter. So $99.95, I got the double pack, boom. Then they sent me the invoice, $28 for shipping. And that was it. So that's the only reason why they sent me this. I guess they felt bad because they were like, we're giving this guy the runaround. And so that's how I got that piece. But not because, they love me or because they messed up big time. And I guess out of courtesy for giving me the runaround, they were like,
customer always gets screwed.
It was crazy. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what's so difficult about just sending me that? You already have the proof that I sent you the money. What's the problem? Literally over 2 months to get my thing. Crazy. So here is Shadow, guys. So this is why I wanted 2 of these, because I wanted one for obviously the Black Panther setup, but it is what it is. $100. They have some different Black Panthers on eBay that are $150 each. And that's what I was trying to avoid by getting 2 of these at $60 at the time. So it is what it is. Michael, do you own anything from this line at all?
Absolutely not.
You never got into Asmus at all, or you don't like Devil May Cry or anything like that?
Nope.
Flavio, what about you? Did you ever play the game? Are you into the game?
I played Devil May Cry 1 and 2. I don't know if I played 3 so much, but I definitely played a lot of Devil May Cry 1 and 2 when it first came out. I was real big into those games growing up, but I have not bought any Asmus or intend to buy any Devil May Cry or anything like that.
Yeah, I got into these games from PlayStation 1. I think the very first Devil May Cry was PlayStation 1, and I was hooked. I have pretty much all of them, I want to say. I don't have my PlayStation 1 anymore, but so those games are gone, but I should have all the other ones. But this line, I love the line because the figures look great, the accessories are great, the bodies are great, the likenesses are great. I just can't get into the whole Lord of the Rings, stuff. That's why I never got into that.
What?
I just can't. Let's see what you guys are saying real quickly before we get.
You don't have to. Skip it.
What?
No, nothing.
Skip what? The line? It's like you don't have to. You could just skip it.
Crazy.
Oh my god, this guy! I'm crying right now.
Yeah.
Don't worry, just skip it.
Oh man. All right, let's see. Frank says I refreshed 1,000 times. Well, the good thing is I did that too, but I only did it because I had 2 pages open, two on my computer and one on my phone, and so the one on my phone I kept refreshing, and that's when I knew that there was nothing happening. But I didn't refresh the ones on the computer at all, not even once. I had my anxiety going, but I got it. My anxiety going. It's crazy how these toys make you go nuts, huh?
It is
insane.
crazy.
It's insane. Refresh is the kiss of death along. Yeah, that's true too. That is very true.
Yep.
The Thor says, Fabs, I went on 2 screens at home and I refreshed it. Did it change? It gave me
Wow.
Can you imagine? That's the worst. Oh, listen. Yes, guys, please, if you don't mind, hit that like button. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Carlos, my friend. All right, let's see. Moldog right now to part. See, they wait for you, Mike. They were asking earlier, why is he never on time?
I'm putting the kids to bed. To be honest, I didn't even get her to sleep. She's like, had to make a deal with her. I'm like, all right, here's what's gonna happen. All right, I'm gonna give you 2 fruit snacks, and you can continue to watch your iPad. And if you go downstairs and wake your mom up, I'm gonna kill you. Don't do it. Don't do that. If I hear stomping, I'm dead. Don't do that. So right now we have we're on conditions right now. She's not asleep. Oh we just have a deal.
Where you're like, deal or no deal?
She's gonna break it. I know it. I told her. I go.
She's gonna break it.
She's gonna.
No face.
I said,
no
FaceTime face. Me if there's any violation of the deal, a violation of terms. You FaceTime me. We'll see what happens.
That's so funny. Chris says that's awesome. Yes, I'm so happy. I am so happy that I was able to get all 3. Thank God. I would be very, like I said, my thing is, again, I feel like it just belongs in the collection. You know what I mean? It's just,
absolutely.
how can I not have those iconic pieces that are going to be such a big deal for, not only collecting, but, the history of Hot Toys. You know what I mean? That's what was, the reason why I was very sad about not getting them. I was just like, oh, whatever. Because of that. It's not about the rooting. It's not about, who's doing the rooting. It's not about any of that. It's just what the figure means in the grand scheme of, Hot Toys and collecting and all that stuff. That's why I was, upset. Motorbike in the house. He transgendered. What the hell? Oh my God. They take a month to email you back. Yep. Yeah, that's another thing. Well, with me, it was crazy because they would email me as soon as I would email the next day telling me that they were doing something, but then nothing would happen. And then I would email them back and then the same thing and then nothing would. So I'm like, what the hell's going on? So that's why I guess they felt that. Fat Nose Relators. And you know what else happened, which is crazy. So apparently, I pay, they ship my stuff. Awesome. Then I get a notification that they refunded me my $28. And then I get an email from the same person I'm dealing with saying, oh, by the way, we shipped out your stuff, but the payment didn't go through. Is it okay if you pay again? But I had already paid it because I was like, why did they refund me my money? What's going to happen is they're going to tell me, well, we never shipped your stuff because it was an error with the payment. So I paid it even before I got the notification. And then I get the email saying, oh, is it possible for you to pay? And I said, I already did. And they're like, okay, thank you. And then I paid.
You kidding me?
2 days ago. I repaid it 2 days ago. And the thing arrived today. Today?
Wow.
Yes. Yesterday or today? Was it? I think it was yesterday. Yep. Crazy with them. So it's insane how they mess up, if they change the product. My motorbike has zero idea what you're talking. Oh my God. You guys are insane. Z Payton. Let's see. Never played the game. Yeah, the game is awesome. Even the very first one, like obviously it gets better. You know what it's like? It's like a Castlevania with guns. You know what I mean? That's exactly what it's like. It's like
it's a
whole
game.
Yeah, it's a whole Castlevania game. Somebody made Devil May Cry. What do you mean somebody made? Somebody made the devil cry. I was like, what the hell? Oh, man. How's it going today? Jose, how are you, my friend? Welcome. Happy Saturday to you. What do you think will be the first Marvel? Oh, I don't know. It's got to be.
Question.
It's got to be a good figure. It's got to be a popular figure. It's got to be.
I could see a Thor.
I mean, Thor's going to be one of them, 100%. Anything with long hair, I doubt they're going to be doing short hair rooting. I think that would be weird, but we got to wait and see. Guys, our second topic is this guy. He's now up for pre-order after fixing the suit. As you can see, they added the suit instead of that articulated body with the joint sticking out. But look at what happened. Remember, the price was like $285. It went down to $250. Why? Take a wild guess why you think this happened.
Because you're not getting any accessories with it. All those red pieces that attach to him.
No one's buying it.
Thank you. That's it. That's the only reason why. Nobody pre-ordered it. Right. Nobody pre-ordered it. As you can see, they didn't add the cape, which you had included in the first one. Like Mike said, the attachment pieces, those accessories, you're not getting anything. So this is what happens when you complain about something that you're not going to buy anyway. And Hot Toys, I blame Hot Toys for this, and I'm going to tell you why. Hot Toys, trying to please whoever, right, ends up shooting themselves in the foot, because now you made a whole different figure that is nowhere near what you had given us, or at least shown at first. And now you have something that people are really not going to buy on top of it, just because we're not getting anything with it. You know what I mean? What are we getting? What happened to the cape? The cape was actually something that I was excited about, because the other 2099 figure from the Spider-Man game didn't even have the cape, you know?
And there's no head sculpt still.
Correct. And that's another thing. They haven't even teased the head sculpt that was on the original figure. So are we not getting a head sculpt now because of that? It looks like we're not
getting a head sculpt.
Right.
Wow,
it looks like
that's
we're not.
crazy.
And that's why they lowered the price.
Now.
That's
That's why they lowered the price. So
that sculpt was nice too.
This figure is going to sit forever, unless by them not having any pre-orders, they figured, you know what? Let's not make as many of these figures just to avoid the problem.
They probably did that.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, this is not going anywhere. The head sculpt's going, and I feel like the head sculpt was one of the big selling points of that figure, because you could have had him, you know, with the head sculpt, and the head sculpt looked mean as hell. I love that head sculpt.
Right. Yeah, you know? It had that nice like geometric shape, like the other Miles head sculpts.
Yep.
That's a shame, because it was such a good like summer movie, like that, you know, this whole line for this movie could have really been, you know, a big bang for their buck, but
that's what happened.
That's a shame.
And
that's a shame.
And
to like, you know, be better than the old 2099 suit, you know, just because of all the other problems with that suit.
Correct.
But damn.
I mean, it's two different things. You have a real life figure, and then you have a cartoon. This is a cartoon.
No. I know.
That's why. I mean, look, that's why I'm so turned off at it. It's a cartoon based figure. Hot Toys are supposed to be real life, bringing you, you know, real life figures in 12-inch form. And I just don't get it from these
figures are some of my favorite, though. I don't know. I really love those figures. Yeah, they're some of my favorite. I really love the head sculpts too.
Well, Mike, you got to remember.
I have 0 cartoon figures. 0.
You got to remember that Flavio is 25 years old, so it's a different.
25. I'm 28.
True. Is it? How 25?
28.
28.
I will.
So it's a different era, you know. So he.
I will say, like, Spider-Man.
20 years almost.
Spider-Man's like one of my favorite, you know, Marvel characters. So I'm kind of biased, but you know, the Miles too. Like, I loved the games and those movies. Like, I just love the way that those movies were created. You know what I mean? The way that they all the art that's in them, the music, they were so good. So I really love those figures. They mean a lot.
Joker J says this thing sucks from the jump. Well,
This
I
is a
didn't like.
letdown.
I get that. I hear that what he's saying
See,
there.
I didn't like the body. Go ahead, Mike. What are you saying?
Well, because again, I get them because of the attachment to the movies, right? I have real life Robert Downey, Junior figures. You know what I mean? I love that. So look, I guess if you love that Spider-Verse and you want that gives you that connection to that movie, I get that. I
could pass on this, other $20.99 suit and be perfectly fine, but it does suck because that head sculpt. Dang, what's his name? I forget now. O'Hara.
Miguel?
Yeah. But it looked really good. Like, I love the way that it was, designed. It went really well with the old Miles and the new Miles that they were coming out with, and the Gwen. It just would have paired very, very nicely. And just the fact that it was voiced by who was the voice on this? Wasn't it the same guy that did Moon Knight, if I'm not mistaken?
I think so. Yeah, Isaac.
Isaac.
No, his name is something Isaac.
What's his name? Oscar Isaac.
Oscar Isaac. Yeah.
But there you go. Just like another good reason. Like, he's a collector himself, so it's just a weird like letdown that
I could tell you this right now. I could tell you this. Now seeing this crap, I would 100% go back to the original body and the original suit and the original.
There was literally the only thing that was wrong with it it was
the body. That was it. It was the body.
No, it wasn't. It just that it didn't meet Hot Toys, business criteria. But that's all it was.
That's it. It was the body. The body, because it didn't look like a Hot Toys body. Everybody went, "What the hell is this?" And I was one of them. I was one of them.
But yet they're doing that Black Panther Transformers line. So it's weird. It's like,
which is gonna fail. It's gonna fail miserably.
But they do that, so it's like they could have let that, technically fail itself too, if that's what it was intended to be. Like, just let it rock out originally. Like,
true.
I mean, I'm all for the updates, though. You know what I mean? Like, we're still waiting for that Doc Ock update. Like, I'm all for updates when it's needed, but.
No, but this is not an update. This was a completely revamping the whole figure. They didn't update anything because if anything,
this was a tail between my legs move.
They ended up like taking everything away, every accessory that he came with, every the head sculpt, the pieces that he had, those plastic pieces that he was supposed to be holding on.
Yeah, those were cool too.
The webs. What happened to the webs?
They were red, like red webs.
No webs.
They're gone, Fab. They took them away.
They knocked out $50, hoping you wouldn't notice.
Wow. They say you don't need this. You don't need this plastic. It weighs more.
That's the first thing I noticed was that discount. A lot of 1/6 collectors haven't come around to dipping their toes into Mondo. If they had, they may have had a different opinion on the original version. Oh, that's true.
And you know what's crazy too? The way that figure was originally made makes me want to think that they probably could have made the spot just like that too, like with an exposed body. And maybe they just decided not to go all into that and having two figures that were like exposed, like without a suit. Cause like he was kind of weird and lanky like that too in the movie. You know what I mean?
And one thing I just found out, which I didn't know about the character. So apparently the reason why he's like, he goes from like being skinny in one thing to being like completely like upper body, like jacked in the other, is because number one, he doesn't have the Spider-Man power. So he doesn't stick to walls. He uses his fingernails like to stick to stuff.
Yeah.
And number two, it's all like muscle strength. And number two is he doesn't have the spider sense either, which I had no idea about. I was like, what? He doesn't have the spider? So yeah, so those two things I learned about the character that I didn't know, which is cool to know, you know what I mean? That they're a Spider-Man without the Peter Tingle. Mike, how are you, my friend? Welcome. Thank you for being here tonight. He wants some of this. I'll give you a good one. You ready? This is a good one. So next topic, guys, is this beauty here. So Mike, let's go with you. Did you watch the show, the first 2 episodes?
I did actually. I got to see it.
Okay, so now, what did you think of the show first, and then where do you see this figure going? Do you think it's gonna be good? Do you think it's gonna be bad? Do you think we're getting a head sculpt? No head sculpt. What do you think?
I mean, it would be. I mean, right? They haven't showed a head sculpt, but I mean, it would be asinine not to give us a head sculpt. So, but it's too early. You know what I mean? So, I'm not surprised that we don't see a head sculpt. It's just too early. Right. So, but we have to get one. If we didn't get one, it would. Right. Yep. The figure would fail. So.
That's correct. Yeah, because there's no need to have just another Mandalorian helmeted figure with a lightsaber,
right?
For no reason. I think her head sculpt, and I said this, after that, during that stream after the show, that we have to get her head sculpt 1000%. It would be a waste of a figure, and I even said, I don't know if you guys remember, I said we're getting 2 versions of her. We're getting her regular look, and we're getting with the long hair. And we're getting her dressed as the Mandalorian.
You think so?
I think so. I think, and the reason why I say that is because if you pay attention to the beginning, she was on the speeder. You are going to tell me that Hot Toys is going to try and sell you a new speeder with her on it?
You think they're going to make the speeder? They're going to go that far?
Just you wait. And because of the fact that she's a smaller figure, it's going to be a smaller speeder bike for her. And it's going to be easy money, and they can make it cheaper for that reason. Just wait. Just you wait. Black Tom Cruise, how are you, my friend? Welcome. Happy Saturday. Thank you for being here. You made it. You took a break from collecting so much. It's unreal. So, Flavio, your turn. Tell us what you thought of the show. Give us if you found some Easter eggs, something that a lot of people didn't pick up, and then tell us how you feel about the figure. Tell us if you're planning on pre-ordering the figure. Are you getting the figure at all? Do you like her character in the show?
Well, I'm glad you asked. I definitely did watch both episodes, and I definitely tried to dissect them as good as I could and pick up a lot of different things that I thought were interesting.
Give us the best ones. Give us the best ones.
It's so tough. There's so many things in here, but I want to start off with the figure. I definitely think that the figure is a really, really nice piece here. I know a lot of people were, saying that, oh, it's another Mando figure. It's getting stale and whatnot, but it's Sabine. I think she's gonna have a big, important role, obviously, in this show and in the future of, whatever the Rebels and all of that entails. So I think the head sculpt is definitely going to be a no-brainer on this one. And then, also with the lightsaber being a Mando figure, that's just, being different in itself. So I'm very excited to see what they do with that. But the show, there is a ton of things here, guys. But I don't want to take up too much time.
Give us a good one. Give us a good one.
Yeah, just starting off the top. It's a new intro. They added in Vader with the helmet. So they added in Vader, C-3PO, a clone trooper helmet. So that makes me wonder is it a possibility that we see Captain Rex, or maybe even a flashback or something like that with that. You also got HK Assassin Droid because you see them in the episode. You also get the helmet of Marok, which is the Inquisitor that, is in the episode as well. And then you get a couple various other ones in there. But anyways, moving on, the two not Jedi, so to speak, that are in the show that, are going to be pretty much, the bad guys that we know of so far, Baylan Skoll and Shin Hati. I think they're very, very interesting. A lot of the things that, I kind of tried to deep dive for that as well in their names. But Shin Hati has a Padawan braid, as you guys seen. So we already know that she's been trained in the arts of Jedi at one point.
Why? Because that's the Padawan braid?
Right. if you see her, she has that braid as well, kind of like when seeing
when Anakin has his little braid.
as well.
Mike says we have to get a head sculpt because she's hot at AF. If you disagree, that's cool, but you're wrong. That is true. She's sexy.
But
I dig. Hold on. I dig the first 2 episodes, but I want to see more. See smart me in the show. Jeez, doesn't poke her much. Go ahead.
Skull and Hati are names of wolves in Norse mythology. If no one actually knew that, who chase the sun and moon across the sky in hopes to devour them. So that's kind of just like these two chasing the star map lined with the wolves of Lothal. So
you know what you sound like? You know what you sound like right now?
Who?
Do you remember in X-Men Origins when what's her name was telling Logan about that Kwatsu, and she was like, his name was the Wolverine, and he would always and then she goes, he would look at the moon and chase her all throughout the. That's what you sound like right now. That storyline. Well, yeah, that mythical stuff is what
there's definitely a lot of stuff. If you guys read into it and look into it, but it's also kind of crazy because I was also like talking with my brother, and he was telling me this one thing where he kind of seen that there's theories out there that everything that we seen in Mando happened pre-epilogue of Rebels and this first episode, because this first episode here, when she walks in and Sabine sees her with the gray cloak on, in the epilogue of Rebels, she's dressed in that white with the white staff. So it's kind of that same scene, but it's kind of weird because it definitely could be true. Filoni said that not everything in Star Wars is chronological. So in a way, all the stuff that we've seen in Mando revolving Ahsoka could have, in fact, is pre-epilogue of that episode in Rebels and this first episode here. So there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
going
it's a lot. It's a lot of information. Joker J says, "You should have kept that braid."
I had a lot of them.
Oh man. Thor says, "Flavio, if you can grab this pebble from my hand." Flavio killing grammar like OJ.
Get out of here, Joker J.
Oh man, who else got that golden child vibes when Ahsoka was movie those puzzles?
Oh yeah, it reminded me of like the Fifth Element, man, when she was in that temple.
Oh yes. Now, so Mike, is this something you're going to pre-order or not really?
No pre-order.
Yeah, no pre-order. Same with me.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna jump for this right away.
Well, unless it's something exclusive like special edition, then yes. But if not, then absolutely not. There'll be plenty of her made. There'll be no rush on this whatsoever.
So if this was an artisan, you'd grab it.
Well, so there's a possibility that they could use this as an artisan, as a long hair artisan. Like I mentioned, they could absolutely. So if that's the case, then it's going to be probably another limited nightmare, and everybody's going to go try to get it. I would definitely go try to get it. It's not something that I would be like, if I don't have it, I'm like, oh man, it's the end of the world, like I felt about the Joker and the Anakin. But I don't think that I'll be getting every single artisan figure that they're going to be making. I can tell you that right now. But those two were special to me for the reasons I mentioned earlier, and that's it. Not because I need Rooted, not because I need, the fact that they're taking it more seriously now, getting into it, more, and just somebody mentioned earlier, a Winter Soldier, right, would be an epic Rooted figure. Any Bucky with the long hair. There's tons. The what do you call it? The Luke from Force Awakens. That Luke had long hair. That could be an artisan. The Luke from the last movie, the Rise of Skywalker. He's got long hair.
They could do Kylo Ren.
They could do Kylo Ren as well. He had long. So there's,
you guys are nuts, man. Thinking all those figures would be good with rooted hair.
No. We're not talking about them being good. We're talking about they can make those figures. Period. Right. We're not talking about they're going to be great. No, that's not what we're saying. We're talking about
they could do the Nicolas Cage Superman too.
These long hair.
I think the shorter the hair, the worse it is. The shorter the hair is, the worse it looks.
Correct. That's why. So
you know what I mean? Like a what's his name? A Bucky. A Bucky would be, like, to me, the worst figure, because it would look like that doll hair Black Widow, the blonde Black Widow.
Yeah, but obviously, you can't compare how
artisan hair to that.
Well, no. What I was going to say is you can't compare a Hot Toys regular release like a Black Widow, right, which is just a regular MMS figure, nothing special, nothing to it, just a very standard release, to a line of Hot Toys that focuses on, the rooting of these figures. And not only that, but remember that the whole point of these rootings are to just give it that one up.
They got a Fabs. They got one. They got a big one.
I'm not justifying anything. I'm not saying that everything that they're going to be making is going to be. No, that's not what I'm saying. But I would never compare a MMS figure to an artisan. Never. That would never. It's two different worlds. You can't.
What if they made an artisan Joaquin Phoenix?
That's a possibility, because they never made the figure just ever in general, but they didn't make that figure for a reason. So if they didn't make it back then for the movie, they're definitely not making it now, unless for whatever reason they decide to jump on it with the new movie, with the part 2 that's coming out. But apparently, isn't that like a play or something? So I don't even know.
Yeah, with Lady Gaga.
Yeah, so I don't even know what's going on with that.
Unless they make a Wolverine with some chest pubes. I mean,
Yo,
my deal's been violated.
His deal's been violated.
Oh, he'll be back. All right, go ahead. So I don't think, like I was saying to Mike, I don't think everything is going to make sense and everything is going to look great. But let me tell you this. Remember this conversation. Anything they do get into, they will make sure that it's 100%. It has to be. Because they're not going to half-ass a completely different line, a brand new line that they specifically and strictly made for rooted figures, just to go out of their way to half-ass these figures. It's not happening.
Yeah, there's no way.
They're not doing that. It'll never happen. So that's my point. I'm not saying that everything's going to look great, but I can tell you this. Anything they get into is going to be great. Just you wait. It has to be. Rapunzel. This guy. Oh my god. Rooted Wolverine. That would be a tricky hair to keep up,
You'll imagine that?
That would be, you definitely
gonna need some hairspray. Going.
Yeah, no, you're definitely gonna need some hairspray for that, It's crazy. Fish hook goes in the water. Oh my god. Yeah, no, it's 100% true. 100% true. They're not gonna half-ass something, that they purposely and specifically getting into to make more money. You know what I mean? The moment they half-ass anything, everybody's gonna be like, bye, keep it, back to in art. So the next topic, guys, is something that I found to be really, really cool and really, really nice. This is made by Blitzway. And you guys may be like, what the hell are you talking about? But I'm going to show you guys something in a second. I don't know if you guys know, but I have, I collected I purchased the Woody figure, that third-party Woody. I purchased that third-party diecast. What's his name? Oh my God, what's his name? What's the astronaut's name?
Buzz
Lightyear. And obviously I have the Hot Toys pre-order as well. So I get these things. I like these things, right? So Blitzway just came out with a line of these three, right?
Cool.
So it's Goofy, Minnie, and Pinocchio, right? So you may be thinking, what the hell is this? He said back to Inner. Oh my God. So, right? So you guys may be like, what the hell is this? Let me show you what the hell this is. So this is the coolest thing I have seen in a long time. Look at this. So the joints are super ratcheted, super loud, as you can. I don't know if you guys can hear this, but look at that.
No, I don't think we can hear
That's
this.
Pinocchio. Look at the articulation on these things. And you got interchangeable faces. Look, you got Lilo
Dude,
and
look,
Stitch here.
Lilo and Stitch over
Yeah,
there.
you got Donald Duck over here.
What?
You got Mickey. So they're doing a bunch of these. And so, again, that's Pinocchio. This is Goofy.
What scale are they technically?
Oh, they're small. They got to be, what, 8 inches, 9 inches, maybe?
Yeah.
Well, look at the articulation. Look at the ears articulate. Look at that.
This is like
Ratcheted
starting kids
everything.
off to
Look,
being collectors.
look at the mouth. Articulated, open mouth.
This is like how you start your
Beautiful.
kid to be a collector.
What?
This is how you start your kid off to be a collector.
Yeah, stuff like that. And that's, I could guarantee you they're not cheap. I could guarantee you that.
Yeah.
And then this is Minnie. That is insane.
Wow, look at that.
The detail, the articulation, the joints.
And it looks like she has holes in her heels, like so maybe they're gonna come with a base or something.
Oh, you're definitely getting a base. You're definitely getting a base, but very, very cool. Very, very cool. Do you really think they're justified? They've justified the artisan line's existence, though. I'm not yet sold on it being entirely new line with rooted. Well, so this is what they're doing with that, right? So they noticed that InArt came in and pretty much started this whole, what's the word I'm looking for? This whole
fad.
Yeah, like it's like a
gimmick.
trend, like this trend. Like they started this trend of rooting. Again, it's nothing new. It's been around forever. Customizers do rooted stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Right? They just came in, meaning InArt, they came in with a different angle. You know what? Let's make this rooted. Boom. Hot Toys as a business that is always looking to grow and expand and get better and get more money, they decided to strictly jump on a line like that, right? Which, again, they saw that everybody created this huge hype over a rooted Joker. So they said, we could do this, charge less, and still make a ton of money. Right. That's exactly what they're doing. I don't know what you mean by justified the artisan line. I don't know what you mean by that, but have they justified the MMS line? Have they justified the TMS line? Have they justified the VGM line? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what you mean by that, but all that is just adding more lines to their portfolio, adding more product to the portfolio. This is going to be all easy money for them to make. And like I told you guys, this is going to be all new. Meaning pre-orders are going to be, for these specific items, these rare items, pre-orders are going to be the same game. Everything's going to be limited, and everything's going to be, once it's sold out, that's it. They locked in their money. Boom, done. On to the next project. They're not going to look back to reissue anything. They're not going to, because there's no need, right? So they made this line very, very specific and to lock in money every single time. Because I can tell you this right now. Having MMS, having TMS, having VGM, having all these lines that are constantly pumping out, thousands and thousands of figures, because they're not 4,000, they're not 5,000, they're way more than that, right? So they have all these lines already. Again, they make this specific rooted line that they're not going to overproduce, as we have learned, right? Because they're very limited, 4,000. So by them not overproducing this specific line, it makes us want it more because not everybody's getting one. Look at what's happening with every other line. Marvel sitting, DC sitting, Star Wars sitting, nothing's selling out anymore. But what? The limited pieces that everybody wants that they know that they're not getting. So this is a very smart move on their part when it comes to money.
Yeah.
Right? It's up to us to spend it, right? It's our money. Are we going to spend it or are we not? So if you're looking for justification on that, that's going to be up to you. You know what I mean? Is it justifiable for you to spend that money on that figure or not? It's that simple. But they're in it to make that money, and they're going to make that money as you see, right? 4,000 Jokers gone, right? Obviously, we learned that we only got 1,000 on Sideshow, but they're gone, right? The Anakins gone. You have companies, resellers like Pop Collectibles. What was it? Something like almost $700 for the rooted Anakin. What? People paid that. People paid that. Number one, to secure their piece. Number two, so they don't have to play the Sideshow game and risk not getting one. So people lock theirs in. Boom, purchase done. I don't have to worry about it because mine's paid off. But is that practical for somebody who's constantly buying, figures? I don't think so. Not for me. I could have easily ordered one, secured mine, but to me, I can't justify $700 for a rooted figure. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy that I'm still going to be able to get it, and it's not going to be for retail, but I don't think that everybody's going to be jumping at these figures at those prices. And again, the only thing that's making them really, really want it is the fact that not everybody is getting
right.
it.
That is
limited. What do you think? What do you think of this whole situation?
It's honestly, it's a slippery slope. You know what I mean? Because it's something new, obviously. Being, just a collector and just somebody that, wants to get one. I don't really care, if it's weird to say it, obviously I do care that there's value to it, but at the same time,
what do you mean value in what sense? What are you talking
about the limited value, I guess, aspect of it. But
what really interests you about that line is the fact that they are limited and that there will always be some value.
No, I'm saying what I'm saying is that's cool and all, but it's I'm happy that it's the character. One, the Joker, and then Anakin, that's awesome. Just being able to have just that 3-dimensional vibe of having his actual hair. You know what I mean? But
Right.
the Joker, that is my favorite villain besides Venom.
No, but my question is, I guess, what do you think of the whole, Hot Toys doing that line specifically? What do you think about them making that move of making the artisan line, as a whole?
Yeah, I think it was just, it's intentional, just to be able to get a quick, grab at money, locking it in, like you said, without having to deal with pre-orders being canceled and whatnot. But for me, if they were to just do an artisan line and not make it limited, I think it would still sell itself. I that's what I meant by it's just the character. For me, if it's a good character that they're doing on a normal release, I get super hyped for that. And as long as I get to lock my pre-order in, that's what makes me more happy than anything else. If it's oh, it's a limited, you got to lock it in at this day or whatever, that makes it more stressful along the way. By the time that you actually lock it in and you got your piece, you're oh, I got the piece. I'm happy. But it's not just a normal pre-order when you're just, oh yeah, oh my God, they made that. Yes, they answered. Right. Everybody's calling, cool, boom, let me put my NRD. I'm happy. I know I'm getting it. Now I just gotta wait. it's very two different feelings. If they would have made the artisan line just readily available, I would have not cared. Like, because
that's the thing.
at the
Correct.
end of the day, I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it for like the
Correct.
artistry.
Correct.
You know
No,
what I mean?
and that's a good point. That's a good point. I feel like, that's another reason why Hot Toys needed a line like that on purpose, to be able to lock in some money and not have to constantly pump out a certain amount of figures like they've been doing with every other line.
It's like their piggy bank.
And then having to sit on products. So now all they have to do is, here's a and remember that Anakin, Joker's one thing, but Anakin didn't really have any accessories. It was a base, the lightsabers, and that was it.
And we don't even know if Count Dooku's lightsaber is LED powered yet.
Well, no, it should be. I'm gonna guess right now and assume that it's all gonna be the most updated type of electronics we're gonna get. Why? Because if this is gonna be, the top-notch line of everything, which is what it sounds like it's supposed to be, because it's, again, an Artisan DX, right? You already have the DX, which is top of the line. Now you have Artisan DX, right? So that alone shows that this is going to be our premium, our top-notch line. My issue is we're paying way more for a rooted figure, obviously, because you're spending, that much more time per figure, with the rooting. I get it. But there's no accessories, like, at all. You know what I mean? Very basic base. The two swords, probably a few hands, and they didn't show you anything else.
And it kind of does suck that it's not like genuine leather. Like, we see this Wolverine jacket that's coming out soon, that Indiana Jones,
What are you saying, that it's not going to be leather?
That for the Anakin? No, I think it's, so far we're just assuming that it's that normal pleather style.
I mean,
yeah.
Again, I would assume that it's going to be everything. It's going to be top notch everything.
I mean, I think they're going to go gung ho on the wiring and everything and the tailoring, but they still have not said if that, that outer tunic part is leather, and I don't think it is. I think it's just going to be pleather, and they're just
no, I don't think so. I don't think it's going to be leather because of the type of material that it's supposed to be. I don't think that material is supposed to be leather to begin with. You know what I mean? So I think that's why they will never do that leather. I don't think the leather will look good anyway because of, the type of material that it is. So that's why I didn't go that right. And that's why I always tell you guys, I don't complain about Hot Toys' choices when they make the figures, because they know best. They know way more than we do about everything. They're in the business. We're not. We're just consumers and customers. We're not designers. We're not, customizers. We're none of that. So I never, ever say, oh, Hot Toys did this wrong, or Hot Toys should have done it, because I don't know. You know what I mean? I go to them to get their stuff. You know what I mean? They don't come to me to ask me for information. So that's why I never, even with the 2099, I was unhappy about those joints. But guess what? Hot Toys did it for a reason. And look what happened. People complained. Nobody pre-ordered. And look, they changed the entire figure. And now nobody really wants that thing because it comes with nothing. They lowered it because they took away the head sculpt. They took away the accessories, everything, the whole figure gone. So it's depressing,
And it's real weird because, like, I could see them adapting the artisan line and changing it, like, over time. Like, I could see them changing it to where it's like, if they want to, like, stop doing the rooting, but, like, still make it a higher grade figure.
No.
You don't think so?
No, because that's the whole point of artisan. You know what I mean? They would have, if that were true, right? What you were saying is true. They would have started the line off as an artisan DX with a non-rooted figure first, and then let's say they added a figure and it was rooted. Then that shows that they're going, either way with any figure.
That's true, but what if they artisan figure or release or something of that sort, but it's not artisanal in that sense? It's artisanal in the sense of, like, maybe you get like 3 times as more magnets and like twice as more LEDs and more lights and maybe a diorama base. Like,
no. And so
I don't
before
know.
they
It's
even,
possible that they could.
no, let me tell you why. Before they even talked about that, what did I say to you guys? I said this is probably going to come loaded with accessories. It's going to be the top-notch line. It's got to come with, a combination like they did the Wonder Woman celebration piece with all these accessories from the previous Wonder Woman figure. So, my head goes, this is going to be, the top-notch Hot Toys line. They're going to give us this and this. And what did we end up getting? Nothing with it. Literally nothing. So what does that say to me? We don't care about giving you accessories. We don't care about giving you extras. We don't care about anything. What we care to do with this line, Artisan DX line, is what? Rooted. And that is going to be the main event of this line. And that's what they showed us. What, like I said, if they would have given us even more accessories, I would have been like, all right, it's a regular figure with more accessories. They didn't do any of that. Like I said, we're probably going to get a few hands, the 2 lightsabers, Anakin, the base, and that is it. And obviously, whatever packaging they decide to do. Mike says, what I meant by justified is that look at the 2 Jokers. One is Artisan because it's rooted, and the other one isn't. No real innovation, no new technology, no new. Well, so the justification, in that sense, would be that these figures are going to be a standalone line of their own, right? So I get what you mean by, well, they made a rooted Joker and they made it what do you call it? A sculpted Joker. Yeah, because they still have to cater to the people who don't care for the rooting, right? And or don't not so much don't care, but don't have the money, right? They're not just going to give us a single Joker that's rooted at $600, $500, whatever it is, if there is if there's going to be no other SKU for somebody else to buy, right? So that's my thing. So that's why they'll give you a regular release and then a special edition release. Same exact figure, right? Why 2 SKUs? Because they want to make one more special. Same thing with the Joker. You get your regular sculpted, and now you get your artisan rooted. Same thing with Anakin. So you're not going to get 2 SKUs with every single release, as we now see with Anakin, right? So they're trying to make this a very, very strict, very exclusive line on purpose, again, to lock in their money one way or another. They're locking in that money unless they start pumping out figures that look crappy for that line. Then there goes that line, because that means what? Even if they make 500, right? They made 1,000, we lost our minds. If they make 500 for Sideshow and the figures are crappy, nobody's going to order them, So they have to make sure that these figures look the best. These head sculpts are immaculate in every single way possible, because what's going to happen is they're going to give us absolutely no room to complain about anything, because again, this is going to be their top-notch product, right? So they have to make sure that we don't sit there bashing it while they're trying to make all this money off of it.
I think the figures themselves, like, I think the bodies are gonna feel like what the new Hot Toys are gonna feel like I don't know how to explain it, but around that time when figures are releasing, those bodies are probably gonna feel like brand new.
And that's a good point too. Remember, guys, shout out to Mark Mitchell, who sent me when he got his Wonder Woman pictures at that Celebration Wonder Woman. He mentioned, and I told you guys this on my last stream, he mentioned that body was even bigger than the last Wonder Woman. And we know that last Wonder Woman was a bigger body than usual, right? It was that same Ahsoka body. Yeah. So he's saying that it's even bigger. So what does that tell me, right? So if they're doing a celebration piece with a bigger body, a bigger female body, what do you think is going to happen with that artisan Joker and that artisan Anakin? We are 100% going to get new bodies. And if they're not going to be 2.0 bodies, they're definitely going to be 3.0 bodies, right? So what does 3.0 mean? if we already got a 2.0 Wonder Woman and she's already been made into a 3.0 by updating the body within months of it being released or weeks within being released,
right.
the bodies are only going to get that much better. And
I love, look at you're hyping them up. You're hyping this up. I'm absolutely disagree. You know what I mean? They said in that video that they screwed up the scaling.
right.
It's going to be amazing.
Right. So they're fixing the bodies to make them bigger.
Right.
Right. I think they're the same relative. You know, it's not like there's some new innovation that's happened that's made these bodies so much better.
I think the head sculpts are going to look bigger too.
They're just bigger. I feel like they're going to bigger. So artisan means you're paying $150 more for rooted hair. You're not getting this super premium top of the line figure for $150 more.
Well, no. That's exactly what I'm saying. So we're talking about the body specifically, right? So my point is, what I just mentioned, that if we already got a 3.0, right? Because we've gotten Wonder Woman's at 1.0. We got a Wonder Woman. The last Wonder Woman was a 2.0 body. And again, now we're at 3.0 with this celebration piece. So my point is this. My point is not that it's going to be the most amazing thing in the world. No, that's not what I mean. What I'm saying is, at least because we're not getting any accessories, the bodies have to be somewhat better than what we already have, at least for the Anakin, right? So Anakin, there hasn't been anything updated. It's been the same two Anakins from day one. There hasn't been a 2.0 anything, a reissue of anything, right? So my point is, this is going to be their opportunity to update the ones that we already have, specifically the light side, because that's what we're comparing, right? The light side to the light side. It's already going to be a bigger body. It's going to be a taller body, which, again, it's common sense. We know this because they've been making 2.0s for how long now, right? So at least I'm expecting that. I'm not expecting a 1.0 body on a what
are they going to do? What's the body going to be?
It's going to
what
be.
Do you think the improvement on the body is going to be?
Well, all right. So let me give you an example. I'm going to give you a perfect example. A figure that has been updated to a 2.0 from a 1.0. Any kind.
No, I'm saying even like right now, even on the best bodies that we know of with double jointed elbows,
right,
and great wrist pegs. What's the big next improvement that they could make on these bodies?
I think just sizing.
Correct. So the scale, number one.
They're going to be beefier.
We know they're doing.
The articulation, they could always give us more articulation no matter what, especially when the figures come with specific outfits that limit their movement. They could give us, bodies that move smoother, move easier. There, as we know, and if you mess around with your figures long enough, you'll notice that some bodies are a lot tighter than others, just in general.
But that's not because of the body. That's because of layers of padding that they have from one figure to the next.
Exactly. So what do I expect from them? I expect them to fix all of that. If we're paying, like you mentioned, an extra $150 per figure. So I expect them, a
new body, a new innovative.
Why not? I just said, they just did it for a Wonder Woman that was announced weeks after their last Wonder Woman that was a 2.0 body.
You're making this Wonder Woman sound like it's some new innovation out there, and I don't.
I don't know what it's about, regarding that new updated body, because I don't have her yet. But I can tell you this: when I do have her, whenever she decides to ship, and I have her compared to the last Wonder Woman, that we just got. And the original ones, the 1.0s, I'm going to tell you what the difference is going to be. I can't tell you anything because I don't have anything in hand.
Right.
But all I'm mentioning is that it changed. That's all I'm telling you. That apparently it changed.
Which is really an aggravating thing. And I think I told you this and I said this. Like the fact that they got the scaling wrong this whole time.
Correct.
And I have, looking at my Iron Man figure shelf, and I definitely have different dudes in my Iron Man armors,
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, absolutely. That sucked. And that's why, when they started, and my issue was when they started making the die-cast Iron Man, it threw off every scale of Iron Man that we had, all of it. And I was like, now what? So then when I noticed they were reissuing all of them, I was like, oh my God, so the entire original line is trash.
I can tell you right now, I have 3 blue Iron Men, in a row, right? The shiny one that has the chrome, the blue chrome that just came out.
Right.
He's the biggest, right?
Right.
The next biggest, I think that's a Mark 50 body. It's again a stealth blue one. he's probably a half inch shorter.
Yep.
And then the Mark III, the blue Stealth Mark III, he's like a full inch shorter to the next. And like, so it's a scale. It's a declining scale of figures.
That's my
those
point.
three are right now. I can see
so
it.
To answer your question, how can we expect new bodies? You just mentioned you got three different bodies right in front of you. So,
but bigger, hold on. Bigger does not mean better.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying bigger. I'm saying this is where they're going. Number one, to fix the scale, which is why we've been getting 2.0s to begin with. We've gotten a bunch of reissues already, from the original Avengers made into the Endgame line as a 2.0, again, to fix that scale. So I don't mean that by them going bigger is better, but I would expect a bigger body to match the 2.0 scale that they've been trying to recover, because they messed up the entire scale from day one.
I think all figures are going to be in that new scale.
Absolutely. Sure. So that's what I mean. So us getting those bigger bodies doesn't mean better. It's just better for the scale, but it's not better regarding, that the body's suddenly going to fly, by itself. No, that's
right. Well, I'm like some crazy,
correct.
Like I said, triple jointed elbows or something.
Nothing like that.
Some metal interior skeleton of some kind. Like, I'm looking for
Remember, that was one of the things that I believe the Wonder Woman had, was that they added the metal body, right?
Hasbro did it actually too. Hasbro made a figure with a metal endoskeleton.
Correct. So there you go. So that Wonder Woman, it's a bigger body, it's a heavier body. So if a bigger body's not better, right? Which doesn't need to be, but why do they go that route? Why do they add the weight to it? Why do they make her bigger? Because it does something for the figure. It not only, to us,
that's it.
To us, maybe, half an inch to an inch may not be that huge of a difference. But when you have these figures next to each other and you have one that's this way and then here, that doesn't look good, So when you have everything uniform, I think that's where they're headed. More of keeping everything the same rather than have the scale all over the place, which, like you always mention, the fact that they even said that to us, and admitted it to us.
Wild.
That's a big deal,
it's real. I don't think they realized what they were saying, to be honest. You think they really realized what they were actually admitting to? I think they were winging it and didn't realize what they said.
Well, think about it. So let's say they didn't know what was going on, right? They told us either way. What happened?
Well, right, they got my money.
Exactly. So
too bad on you, sucker.
Exactly.
With your unscaled Iron Man line.
Exactly. So they could tell us, we've been making your figures with bull urine for the past 10 years. What are you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
Nothing. They got us. They got us by the balls all day, every day. And if you have a problem with Hot Toys, guess what? Innards waiting for you. So it's not anything that they say. Like I said, they could say, we know that your figures have been crap from day one. Like, what are you gonna do? I'm still gonna buy because I know it's not true. You know what I mean? It's just how you perceive everything. That's just what it comes down to it at the end of the day. So, but again, bigger bodies does not mean better. But bigger bodies mean that I would hope that there's some type of improvement to them. That's it.
I don't know. $500 though. It's just, this is a lot of money now for a 1/6 scale. When we started, these things were $100, 120, 150, 160. Yep. And I remember 185, and I'm like, okay, these are getting a little crazy, but
getting real out here.
Yeah. That's it, and that's where it's going. It's just going to keep going up.
Diecast comes in, and boom, we're at 385, 350. Actually, what did they start at? 350.
Something like that.
350, I think.
Yeah, 345, I think.
And then 385, and then you're seeing 405, and then
change.
435, I think was the last one. Bastards.
William says if they want to do a limited artisan and sculpted one of each, that would be cool. That would be cool. But again, I think they're trying
still missing out.
Get this line on lock. So people have to either get it or you don't. And if you want to, if you really want it, you're going to have to overpay somewhere. But it's all about themselves, and it's all about them making that money, locking in that money, and whatever happens, it doesn't matter, because guess what? or 4,000 pieces are sold anyway. So whatever happens to you and your figure, that's your problem. That's exactly what's happening, you know? So they're not trying to please anybody regarding, oh, let's give everybody this, because as you can see, everything that they're making has been sitting for how long? So I feel like they have to adjust, and that's what they're doing, you know. We have the Frank says Dooku lightsaber will not be USB and it will be pleather. The hair better be top. See, oh, there you go. So there you go. So they're not even going all out. If this is true, they're not even going out all out regarding the electronics of the figure, which again, that much more expensive. I would expect them to at least have the
should
best.
be having USB on all figures.
Correct.
The
Correct.
Fact that they did like that Spider-Man, what they plugged into the back.
Yes.
Any electronic figure should have that.
Everything. Yes, absolutely. That
right. You've hit that bar, right? Like you've hit that
money wise too. Money wise too. So we deserve it.
That should be standard protocol.
Right. So that I know exactly. You're talking about that Miles figure. That's that
the Miles figure where you plug it like up into his back.
Into the body. Yep. So with the amount of money that we pay for figures, anything that has that has electronics should be, like Mike said, 100% USB at this point. This line, this Anakin figure specifically, I would be shocked if they don't give us the, which apparently it sounds like they didn't. So they're going very, very basic with everything else, and they're really focusing on the hair. So we got to wait and see what happens. If anything on that artisan, Anakin or Joker isn't too quality, the artisan line won't last. Just my opinion. No, the way that it's already, making a dent in the community regarding the popularity, regarding the
it's already here to stay.
Absolutely, the characters that they already picked, to do first. People are going to be looking out for these artisan figures left and right. They're going to be expecting the new announcements all the time. This is here to stay. They're not going anywhere. You just wait and see, because it's easy money for them. It's money that they don't have to worry about. All they have to do is show you the figure, tell you that it's limited, and boom, you're going to go want it. Yeah, you're going to go want it. That's it. It's that simple.
And you're going to show up even if you don't want the figure, because that happened on these runs already.
That happens, already. It's already happening.
Right, because then you're going to flip, right? Even if I don't want it, I'm saying to myself, I can get it to get something I want.
A lot of people did that. A lot of people.
That's why I went after it.
And you're looking at, you're seeing that in the groups already too. People already posting pictures saying, I got this, but I don't want it. Does anybody have?
Unreal.
What was the one trade I saw?
Unbelievable.
It was a Mark 7 D100, and it was, the person wanted a prisoner Harley Quinn plus $250 for a Mark 7 D100. Wow. I was like, are you out of your head?
They are.
2099 still has the head sculpt. Oh, okay. They didn't show nothing, so I figured they canceled all that. But the fact that they made it cheaper doesn't really help, So they know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, they made it cheaper because again, no one's POing it.
Right. Yep. The artisan means hand craftsmanship. I think so. It's all about that. Yep, absolutely. That's all they're going to focus on. Hot Toys was supposed to be artisan by inception. Oh my God, that is true. I know that because I remember, and I told you guys this story before.
Okay, Jay, I'm with you 100%.
The original Captain America came with the A on the helmet crooked, right? And Sideshow's excuse to not giving anybody replacements was, these figures are made by hand, therefore there will always be room for imperfections and mistakes. So that's why. So I was like, oh, and I learned this years ago, so I always expected them to be handmade. You know what I mean?
It's probably why they re-released that figure then, actually.
Which one?
That Captain America.
Well, they're re-releasing everything. You know what I mean? Everything.
They re-released that Captain America fairly shortly after
movie. Yeah, for the movie. The Thor says, Fabs, do you think Artisan should be rooted hair only. Absolutely. I get to a degree, hardly no accessory. Yeah, but that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. They got into it because of InArt. InArt pointed out a huge market for hot toys, and they jump right in it. You know what I mean? They jumped on the chance that they are able to now get into something that they were already doing. They were already doing rooted for women, for a long time, right? What they're doing now is specifically focusing on male rooted figures that they never did before, right? And all they're doing is what it looks like is giving us the most basic stuff. Again, I'm going to say updated body, updated head sculpt, the hair,
accessories,
new base, and that's it. There's your brand new whole figure that still to this day will cost them nothing to make, and we're overpaying just for the hair. So the whole point of that whole line is the hair and the hair only. That's it.
Yeah. And the
That's
packaging too, because it seems like the packaging is slightly different.
Right. Chris, how are you, my friend? Welcome. You didn't miss much. Just BSing about toys. Joker Jason, Artisan. If Artisan is just about the hair amount, I'm good. That's it. Yeah, that's it. That's all it is, right? So if you're not looking to overspend on figures, then Artisan is not going to be for you, because that's all it is. The only difference between that and the regular release is the rooted hair, and obviously probably the base and the packaging and blah blah blah. But you're not going to have anything different but the hair. Exactly. Where's the innovation? Well, the innovation is always there because, I feel like they don't just stay stuck in their lane. You know what I mean? They're not just comfortable doing the same thing over and over and over. The innovation is, they're trying something different. They're trying something new. Again, how many rooted male figures have we gotten from Hot Toys? None. So this is something new to them, right? The Wonder Woman shows that they are getting, that they're taking it more seriously with this D100 celebration piece for Wonder Woman. So there's always innovation there, right? There were always, because they're not a stagnant company. Look at what they're doing with the Transformer that Mike was talking about, that Transformer line, right? With the Marvel figures, with Marvel characters. That's innovation 100%. Who would ever thought that they were going to be making Transformers through Marvel characters? Never. They've made Transformers, they've made a Optimus Prime, what was it? Not Blitzwing. What was the oh my god, what was that? What's the flying guy? The Decepticon? Starscream. So it was a Starscream version of the Optimus Prime, right? And there was a
hold on, that was innovation a decade ago.
Well, no, but let me finish. Then they made the Optimus, the Megatron version of the same Optimus Prime. Those Optimus Primes did not transform at all. If anything, those were the figures that should have transformed, right? In my opinion. Again, very, very old. Now they're getting into Marvel Transformers. How is that not an innovation? And I know you mean specifically with the what do you call it? With the Artisan. So I'm not saying that's not what you mean, but I'm saying as a company, they're always innovating. That's
experimentation. That's not innovation.
Well, what's experimentation? The hair?
The Marvel Transformer. You're
well, I mean,
it's not I don't think that's innovative. I don't think that's like, wow, look at that. Look at this new thing they're doing.
Coming from a company that has never done it, I would think that's innovation. Coming from a company that has never, stepped their feet or wet their feet or put their feet into something like that, that to me is innovation. You know what I mean? It may not be the innovation that you like or expected from them or wanted. That's completely.
It's got to be an improvement on. That's why I look at the innovation, making what you already have better. The LED insert was innovation. You going from a blurb to a dewback. That's innovation. You're getting better with your product. You know what I mean?
You're making something new. You're getting correct. So
making these vehicles, you know, or their first vehicle was innovation when they first did it. Of course, they just, you know, rinsed and repeated that multiple times now. You know, they need to go one up themselves. I don't feel like they've been one up themselves. And I don't, again, I know me, I don't think rooted hair is that big of a one up. But let me tell you, you guys are freaking out over your
the doll hair.
Your doll hair, man. You guys are excited.
Mike's only saying that because he's not getting them. That's why. So Flavio, what do you think about?
Here, I'm going to give you my doll hair comb.
Oh yeah, send me the link for that. I need that.
I really specifically bought this off of Amazon for doll hair.
Wait, what is that? Is that Flavio's toothbrush? What is that?
It's my 1/6 doll hair.
That's comb. For your unibrow, Fab.
that's for my one piece. Ah, man.
Zing.
Joker. Zing.
He goes.
Joker J says he needs the judge. Here you go. The judge has spoken, my friend. All right, can't wait for the stealth suit. Which stealth suit? Which one? Let me know. Frank's melt your artisan figures to reveal the
5.0 body.
Can you imagine? That's crazy. Flavio, shut these old men. This guy. Basically, Hot Toys is saying we can do better with 99% of our products, but we choose not to so that we can keep it for a different line. Hot Toys is supposed to be the best. Inner only has one line. Well, yeah, so Hot Toys is the best, will always be the best. And, you know, they will run their business however they see fit, pretty much. Like, I can't say or talk about, you know, we could complain all we want, and we could bring up, you know, things that we don't like or dislike about how they do their stuff, right? But what you have to think about is this, you know, and you having your opinion and you saying how you feel about, you know, how they do things. There's nothing wrong with that, right? There's nothing wrong. But my point is, they've been around for this long for a reason, right? They know what they're doing. They know what to do. Again, in my opinion, or else if they were running a business a shitty way, they wouldn't be around. I feel like other companies would have came in and taken away their popularity. They would have taken away their, you know, it's like, oh, well, you know, you have a whole community of Hot Toys collectors. Well, let's jump into that and take away from that. It would have happened already. But Hot Toys will always stay king for that reason, you know. We may not agree with a lot of the things they do. I tell you guys, you know, all the things that I don't agree with constantly, but that's what it is, you know. That's how they run the company. That's how they do things. And our only voice is, do we buy it or not? Yeah, that's it. That's it. Do we buy it or not? That's all we can do. That's all we can complain about is with our wallets, right? And example number one, the $20.99. That, for them to revamp the entire figure over people not pre-ordering, says all you need to know about your power in the game. That's it. That's it. There's no, going on Hot Toys' page and, this sucks. Why did you do this? They don't care about your words. What they care about is seeing those pre-orders, those numbers. If they are there, why do they care about?
Well, there was that one guy who did that.
Who?
There was a guy who went on the Hot Toys like Facebook post or message board, and every time they did an announcement, he asked for a re-release of some. I forget the figure. Remember that?
No. What?
It was one guy. He would always ask for the re-release of some figure. I forget what it was. It went on for years, like 3 years, and it finally got re-released.
Yeah,
but he would ask for it every time. I forget what it was.
Oh yeah, no, I don't remember that.
He made the same comment every time. Anyone know what I'm talking about? Maybe it was the Mark 47, but he would always ask for the reissue of something, and it was like,
oh, I got you. Yeah, no, I don't remember.
They finally listened. They gave it to him.
Persistent.
Mike says not hating, just spit. Yeah, no, there's nobody's hating anything. You could say whatever you want. Even you could hate Hot Toys all you want too. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? You're not wrong for liking or disliking what you like and dislike. You know what I mean? There's never anything wrong with that. You're allowed.
Where's my LED and my Iron Man toys? Right? That's what I want. Where's my? Why am I still futzing around with button cell batteries and my Iron Man?
Yeah, that's at this point that's a little ghetto. Like, it's like for the amount of money that we pay. No, it's true. With the amount of money that we pay, right? For these figures, especially Iron Man, diecast Iron Man at that, like these figures,
they don't light up.
Right, these figures should be the easiest things to and not only that, one thing, USB fine, but even a lithium, a little small lithium rechargeable battery. Why? Because if you want to display it without having it plugged in for a little bit, you could do that as well. And then if you want to recharge it, then you plug it in and recharge it. I think that's a cooler idea than going, strictly USB, because what if you don't have room to run these wires through your whole collection? Then what? Yeah. So I think the lithium battery, a small lithium battery that runs the entire system. So if if you press one switch, you'll have the head sculpt light up, you'll have the arms light, the hands light up, the feet light up, everything, the chest light up, all at once. You hit that switch again, everything shuts off. And if you want to get fancier, obviously, you give, like they already do, you give the head sculpt a separate switch, and there you go. So
if it could last a long time, if you could put a decent sized battery in the figure, sure. Nice, I think that's why they went USB, because you can't keep the thing lit up in a display.
That's the issue. But that would be a cool idea, a lithium battery there that you could recharge and charge, because it's easier to have the battery hold some charge. You turn it on whenever you want, you shut it off whenever you want. Again, if you go ahead.
Nowadays they have those USB power banks, so you can buy, and I have it's like and it has 10 outlets on it.
Yep.
So I can run like 10 figures off that one, and it's a low. I feel like it's a low voltage, like USB. It's not like a fire hazard thing. At least I'm thinking it's not.
No, those things aren't bad. The thing is, how are you going to run all these wires? You know what I mean? Like that, like I understand the concept and I get it. It's, the power bank, you get all plugged in, but then it's like, you're going to have, it's going to look like Medusa with all these wires everywhere,
No, look, you got to get creative. You got to run them, and you run them along seams, and you run them along your glass lines. You got to get creative with it, but you can do it.
Joker J says 4 option for Dubek is Hot Toys is how Hot Toys respects you, the mark. This guy. The more you're talking about it, the more you're seeing my point, I think. Yeah, no, I'm not saying you're wrong. You're wrong with anything. It's just how you view it. That's all it is. It's how you view it. I think that Hot Toys, another thing, a lot of people say that, when the InArt came out with the magnetic stuff, InArt magnets and magnetic, like Hot Toys did this years ago. Like what so that's what I mean. People try to give credit to other companies about doing something new because they're new, because the company's new. So everybody, oh my God. Meanwhile, Hot Toys has done that years ago, and nobody, because he's not nobody, because the people who are, suddenly praising InArt because they just came out of the woodwork and they just started collecting last year. These people don't really know the history of Hot Toys. So what do? Oh, InArt's the best, but they've only been around, a year, 8 months, 2 years. So they don't really know the history of what Hot Toys has been doing, what Hot Toys has done in the past, what innovations they've had over the years that they were the first ones to do over everybody. So people don't understand. And that's why when people say things like that, like crazy, I just leave it alone. Like I see this in the groups all the time, people talking crazy. I don't get involved in that stuff because it's a dead end conversation with these people, because like I said, they've been around for a year. They got 20 figures, 30 figures, 40 figures. They've been around 2 years, 3 years. Suddenly they know it all. They know the game. They know everything. They know that Hot Toys does this, and you don't know anything. You haven't been around for nearly as long as many people in the community that keep their mouths shut, have been around. So that's what. And one thing I say a lot is the loudest mouths are the ones that really don't know a lot. You know what I mean? They just like talking because they feel like they know what they're talking about, and let them talk all they want. They're the ones making no sense, you know. Dude, I always heard artisan when ordering bread, hearing about artisan bread. This guy.
The artisan
Artisan,
roll. It's true.
artisan's hollow. I'd sell my stock. Artisan's hollow. What do you mean hollow? So after artisan, we're getting runaway edition where clothing. This guy, runaway edition. Then the human real skin edition. Yeah, then eventually Hot Toys is gonna get into what? Silicone head sculpts. You heard it here first. Remember that. Because that's next. Then they will just wait for English edition. You guys,
you're nuts.
The artisan edition needs to prove itself. Well, exactly. So right now we are at where InArt was with their Joker. Remember that everybody was talking and saying that InArt Joker was the best thing in the world, and that InArt was gonna dethrone Hot Toys and blah blah blah. How come this isn't happening with Hot Toys now? How come, the true Hot Toys fans aren't saying the same about Hot Toys, it being the greatest and being the best? Because real Hot Toys fans aren't immature. That's the difference. We don't need to go out there and prove, things like that or say things like that in the community because they are ridiculous. They sound ridiculous and they're not even true. So that's your difference. When you hear somebody kissing InArt's ass, you know why. Your immediate thought after that is rookie. Oh, look, rookie. That's it. Because no long-time Hot Toys collector is on the ball sack of InArt in any way, shape, or form at all. Okay? Especially after their one figure was just destroyed by Hot Toys' figure, by just the announcement, right? So there's your InArt, and that's my point. Let's see. That MS Pew brush. He said a pew brush. Motor might sell that pew do.
Your address. I'll send it.
The collector, my friend, look at you. Where have you been? This guy. I remember seeing this guy many, many years ago in other streams, and I don't see him anymore. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Eric in the house. How are you, my friend? Welcome. Let's see. What should I pay for a 501st RN?
Now.
Oh, trying to army build. Ooh. Aren't they going for like 3-ish right now? I thought they were going like 3 and change. It's kind of tough with those because they sold out a while ago, and
what color's the 501st?
The blue ones that came out, and then they had the special edition with the orange helmet.
These guys, right?
Hold on. Let me show the.
You can't see it, but he's back there.
Oh, I know. Okay.
Remember they came with the orange helmet.
Yeah. I'm embarrassed. Okay.
Well, you don't collect, so
I got a case. I got a case sitting in the
it's like I don't know what you're talking about. I got a case of those though.
Sitting there like a jerk off.
It's like he said like a jerk off. He's like
I just know him by the blue ones. The blue ones with the orange helmets. Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
He's like I don't know what you're talking about. I just pre-ordered the case.
Wow. Asshole.
Oh man, Hot Toys is getting into cannibalism, is what I thought you were gonna say.
They always look at Hot Toys is always like going after the people trying to compete with them, right? They went after Juiced. They're going after InArt. It's like no different. Like if you try to compete with Hot Toys, they will come in and show you up eventually.
That's the thing. That's exactly. RPG World Official, welcome. Nice to see you here. First time ever. He says Queen Studio's been in the game for a while, bro. InArt is just an extension. Queen Studios has been making statues, bruh, not 6-scale figures, bruh. So therefore, bruh, you have to understand that just because I have a company that makes cars and I open up a second company that makes houses, it doesn't mean that they're going to be good. You still have to vet yourself. You still have to prove to customers that they're, that it's a good product, right? Which is what they are supposed to be doing. The problem is they came in charging over $1,000 for a product that nobody knew what was going to be like. It turned out to have issues with the base. The thing was falling over, from the base. So that's my point. I'm not saying that, InArt can't make a good product. I'm not saying that eventually they can't get there. That's not what I'm saying at all. The problem is they came in as if they've been in the community forever making what? InArt makes 6-scale figures. Queen Studios has never made a 6-scale figure. So because Queen Studios has been around for ages, 30, 40, 50 years, right? Making statues, that does not mean that InArt is going to be good because their parent company makes statues. That makes no sense.
But I think Queen Studios is a new company. I mean, not like what, 5 years?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not even. I can tell you, Queen Studios hasn't been around as long as Hot Toys. I can tell you that right now. So that's my point.
Yeah, I don't think so.
That's my point.
I have a bust from Queen Studios, an Iron Man bust, a 1-of-1 bust.
Right.
It's cool. It's they did a good job with it. So yeah.
No, they make cool stuff.
Right. Does that mean they can do a Hot Toy figure? Right.
Correct. So just because they're making a product, and I'm not saying they're bad at making their statues and their stuff that they make, by any means. I don't own any, but I've seen what they make and it's cool stuff. But that does not automatically make you great at making 6-scale figures that you've never made before. That's the point. You know what I mean? So just because they've been around as a different company making a different product, that does not make them elite at a 6-scale figure. Never. Thank you for being here, my friend. I appreciate your comment. That's what we need more of, comments like this, because we can have a discussion about, why things are a certain way and why, for example, like his comment here shows that, number one, he knows about the company, right? Queen Studios. He knows that Queen Studio owns InArt, so he knows all this. So obviously he's aware of what's going on. The only difference is that he's justifying his love for InArt due to Queen Studios being around. That doesn't equate properly. You know what I mean? That doesn't make sense. Doesn't mean that you can't like the Joker. Doesn't mean that you can't like InArt's future products. That's not what I'm saying at all. But you're justifying giving InArt all this credit, right? Just being born yesterday, right? You're giving them all this credit like they should be up there with Hot Toys. That'll never happen. It's impossible to think that. It's like saying that a doctor that's been in practice 30 years is the same exact thing as a newly graduate. Never, ever. And you're not even comparing the same thing, which is the worst part. You're comparing a statue company to a 1/6 scale company. So that doesn't even match up, He got the popcorn now. Hey, if InArt releases a Batman from BV, yeah, so that's another thing. So the figures that they're making, they're appealing to the collectors and they're going to buy whatever they want to spend their money on. Again, there's nothing wrong with that. The problem is the people who don't know what they're talking about, saying these things. That's the issue. Not that they're not, that InArt is incapable of making good product, incapable of making good figures. That's not, I've never said that. I've always talked about how they are as a company with the scumbag move that they did with that 3-day window. That's what turned me off completely about them. I ended up buying the double pack sculpted figure to try the product as a new company so I could talk about it, so I could say whatever I felt about the company and the product as well, right? I was only talking about the what they did, and also the going back at the people saying, oh, this is going to dethrone Hot Toys and blah blah blah. That's what I would talk on. Once I got the product, what did I give the product? A 9. The figure was perfectly fine, no problems. Mine hasn't even falling off the base, not once. Wow. Not once. So I can't even talk shit about that, right? So I've never talked about them as a, making the product. It's how they came into the community. Super expensive. That 3-day window BS. All that stuff has always been my problem with InArt. Not them as a, as making the product, the actual product. No. Ballsack of this guy. I love it. Oh my God. Sell me one. Sell you one what? What are you talking about? 1/6 Hearts Hawaii, my friend. Thank you for being here. We got this, bro. Let's see. Great chat tonight. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. Thank you, Chris, for being here always, my friend. Breaking news, bro. In our Joker rooted hair, actually, Hunter. This is unreal. he said kidding, like somebody thought it was true. Ah, man, you're insane. All right, so now we're gonna get into, since we had enough he said that the word, since we had enough in our talk, so now
really.
So we're gonna do my favorite, and actually it's gonna be fun tonight because we got 3 people. So we're gonna do the wheel tonight, guys. We're gonna do the wheel, and it's gonna be amazing. So let's get the wheel. Hold on, let me get the wheel first. I don't want you guys telling me that. Where'd my wheel go? Did I lose my wheel?
Oh, jeez.
No, I didn't lose my wheel. I got to find my wheel. Hold on. Wait for me, guys. Don't leave. Hold on.
Someone watermelon this guy.
Watermelon this guy. Hold on. Oh, I know where it is. Duh, because I did it. Here we go. All right, we're getting it, guys. So talk amongst yourselves. Don't be so quiet. Don't be so awkward.
Oh, God, this guy's this is this his first show?
Yeah, is he not prepared?
No, you know what it is. I have so many tabs open for this one.
Don't worry, I think you only got what, 39 people watching you. No,
guys, don't you dare leave me.
Don't sweat.
Guys, don't you dare leave me.
Just 40 dudes saying, what's this guy doing with his freaking wheel?
Just 40 dudes. Let me see. Oh, here it is. Got it. Ha! Yeah. I got it. Wait, where did it go? Oh, here we go. All right, good. Let's do it. Wait, what? Come on, man.
It's not coming.
All right.
Oh, man.
It's coming. Oh,
3
it's
hours
coming.
later.
I feel like the theme song's gonna pop up soon.
No, it's here. I told you guys. Okay, so here we go. We have all right, we're gonna start with Flavio since it's his first time here. He hasn't been collecting in a few weeks, so here we are. The first spin is for you.
This took all week, right?
Huh?
This wheel took all week, right? You've been working on this, I could tell.
Well, no, this was from 2 weeks ago. So here we go. Ready? All right, Flavio. I hope you have figures.
There's a couple behind him, I see.
Let's see. All right, DC.
Of course. It
You
had
have?
to land.
That's his least
Not with me, like not on me. No.
Not open. All right,
No.
let's see what you do collect. Let's see.
it's gonna
Watch it land on
DC
third
again.
party.
It's gonna.
Watch
I know.
it land on third party.
It's gonna get DC again.
Oh,
People's choice. All right, guys. So obviously, he has no DC. So let him know between Star Wars and Marvel because he has no.
I do have
party
DC.
either.
I just don't have none with me.
No, I'm saying open, obviously.
Right.
All right, Mike, your turn. Let's go.
But what am I doing when I land on it?
You're gonna go get a figure of that line.
Wow,
So,
people's
People's
choice
choice
again.
number 2. All right, guys. So pick a figure. One figure for Mike, one figure for Flavio. Obviously, Star Wars third party or Marvel. And my turn. Guys, we need you to pick figures.
Third party.
Third party.
I knew it. I knew it.
Oh, all right, guys. Pick a figure. Just the first figure that's named in the chat is for Flavio. So name a figure. Marvel or DC. Marvel or third party for.
Star Wars.
Marvel or Star Wars for Flavio. You guys.
Yeah, really.
Oh my god, you guys are insane.
Star Wars for Good.
All right, so we have Star Wars for Flavio. So go get your Star Wars. What do we have for Mike? It landed on Flavio's hot ant. Let's go.
I'm Marvel then by default, right?
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. They could pick Star Wars as well.
I guess they could. Right. I guess.
Let's say Rodman.
Yeah, really.
Come on, somebody give Mike something. Come on, guys.
Sorry, I'll sit here.
Give Mike something so I could go get my third party. My third party's gonna win. I already know it. Come on, guys.
I'm just gonna look at Marvel's my closest case.
Yeah, go get a Marvel. Go get a Marvel. So these people don't wanna. They don't wanna help. All right, so Bobby said DC for you.
Come on,
all right.
really?
Well,
Come
since we were talking
All right,
about
fair,
them,
fair.
So go ahead. I'll be.
here we go. Since we were talking about these guys already earlier today, why not?
I gotta get mine.
Should I wait or?
No, wait for what? You could show it.
Okay.
Because then people are gonna. Well, yeah, hold it right there. Don't show it yet. Hold it. I'm gonna pick mine. Hold on. Third party for me. I'm gonna pull a Flavio. I win.
Yeah, right.
Third party.
Wow.
Hey, if you can do boxes, I can do boxes.
You're the veteran.
All right, third party. Let's go.
Oh, what a pain in the balls this is. Because I gotta go like deep into my Who picked DC? Thanks, 1-6 John. You know what? It'll make me put new stands on these guys. I'm gonna update the stands.
This third party is a figure that I don't even know who made it. Don't ask me where it came from. Don't ask me why. And actually, before we continue, there are rumors, guys. Hold on, I almost forgot about a very important topic. How dare I? Who's cracking up?
It's the ladies' night. I told you, man, at my place. So,
guys, RoboCop
back there.
3
Jesus
is shipping. Apparently, the boxes were shown.
I cannot wait for
overseas. I'm assuming it'll be up on Monday. It'll be up on Hot Toys' websites on Monday, either Facebook or what do you call it, or Instagram. But this thing is out. So the reason why I just remember this is because my third-party figure is related to, and it has to do with this figure. But guys, this is so exciting. I can't wait for this thing. This thing is beautiful. I definitely want to get two. I ordered only one, but this is a must. The reason why I want two of these is because if you have the original two, the colors are not this bluish. They're more grayish. So having the two bluish looks are what I'm really looking for. So don't forget, this is out. This is going to be shipping soon. If you're waiting for him, get ready because you're going to start getting those emails probably at some point next week. So, yeah. So first, we're going to go with Flavio. Flavio, what do you got?
Well, since we were already talking about them earlier today in the chat, I brought this guy out here again. Star Wars IP, got the 501st Battalion Trooper. And I like these guys a lot, for sure. I'm definitely happy that I got these guys before they went waitlisted back then and whatnot. So, since
how many did you get? Just one?
No, I got two. I got two of the deluxes. So I got this one, and then I got another one yet that I still have to unpack. But hang on, go back. This was actually my first choice, but since it was in the box, I didn't want to get made fun of. But this is my figure of the week, and we got Cad Bane, the gunslinging Duros.
Wait, when are you doing that video? I thought you were doing the video already.
No, I'm slacking right now. I still have to get my Tusken Raider video out. Stay tuned, but yeah, this guy's coming. He's coming soon too, though. But yeah, I'm excited. The Cad Bane and Toto 360 Deluxe.
Toto. The Thor says stickers.
That's Mike.
Like, so you guys have to give these figures away. Imagine. It's like sucks that you guys have to give these figures away.
You imagine?
Can you imagine?
That would hurt.
That'd be crazy. Flavio, we won't tell. Flavio Hyatt. You're just figuring that out now. This has been happening since the first stream.
Guys, it's like almost midnight. Give me a break too.
Yeah, that's true. We're gonna be.
I've been up really early.
Oh, you see my spear.
Oh hell yeah!
You know what? Now I could try to switch it up because I have another one like on reserve. I'm like battling right now between these two figures.
Inert, you better cook. Better cook. Yeah, they better get to it. They have a lot of competition. I missed out on this. I'm on the wait list. Oh, get it anywhere else. It's available everywhere else. Flavio just got my cabinet. Ooh, look at that.
Nice.
Cad Bane box.
Very, very nice figure.
He said Cad Bane box looks sick. All right, so what'd you break? Why is Batman hanging out on top of your storage?
Oh my lord.
You gotta make sure this guy doesn't fall.
I was gonna say, yeah. What are you doing with that over there?
Well, look at when you say DC and I gotta go digging through my case.
All right,
I gotta start opening these boxes.
Show him your stuff.
All right, here we go. Busting it out.
Oh, he's holding the cape too.
Get out of here.
What a slap in the face. I never saw that before. That's awesome.
That is sick.
Wait, where'd you get that cape? Is that like Christopher Reeve's cape?
Okay, you don't worry about it, all right? Mr. Veteran.
Selfish guy doesn't share his collecting tips. Unreal.
All right, I'm gonna let you know a secret, okay? There's this place called eBay. Don't tell anybody about it, though.
I've never heard of it. What is it?
Don't tell anybody about it, Fabs. It's called eBay. It's this auction site.
With the Cad Bane.
You know what? Here, I'm gonna even. This is not cheating, is it? It might be cheating. Did you see this one too? I love this one too. I don't know. I'm a big black guy.
He said Modoc Mike for the win without the box. That's a badass piece. That black chrome piece is beautiful.
Isn't he? He is badass.
That is one sexy piece.
Sexy.
Yep. That black is beautiful.
Yeah, they did a good job. You know, look like here's where that black. Crazy. You know, look, I think it looks good on that stupid Boba Fett figure too.
You think so? You don't like the black?
I do. I actually got a couple. I like because I don't. You know, I kind of don't view him as Boba Fett. I kind of view him as like just some badass Mando. Like maybe it's like
that's true. Yeah,
Black Ops Mando.
Yes.
Company of some kind. So.
Did you know the story behind that they didn't use Ben Affleck for any of these figures? I had no idea.
They had to for his face right there.
Well, apparently the original one. Sculpt. Yeah, I think the original one wasn't Ben Affleck. It was the stunt double's face on it.
Yeah, remember this came out after. There was right. An unbattle damaged version.
Correct. Well, that's the one I'm talking about. The clean version is not Ben Affleck. Crazy,
like
right?
This spear you had to buy third party, and then like I said, the cape, right? I had to get third party.
But then the black chrome came with the spear, didn't it? Oh, no, one of them came with the spear. That one, the battle damage came with the spear.
Are you sure?
Yes, one did.
This I think is a third party spear though.
Okay, correct. So one came with the spear, and then I bought the third party spear too. I bought this one. Look, this is the one I bought. Look, is that the one you bought? Yeah, same thing. Toys R Us.
How do you always have everything like right there?
Maybe that's it because it lights up.
This is
That
the
guy
this is the
literally
one I
has the
bought. Look,
spear.
it came with the hand to hold it, and then the
Oh
spear.
no! Mine didn't come with hands to hold it. No.
Oh, so yeah, no, this is a Toys R Us one. Yeah, so this is third party. Obviously, I bought that because the one figure didn't come with it, and then I remember that another one. I don't know if it was the Black Chrome or the other one, or the Battle Damage came with it.
Probably the Battle Damage. It makes sense.
Yeah,
that
I think it is the
one.
Battle Damage too. Yep. The Frank Knight says that Batman. Yeah, those Batmans are the best. They're bulky. They're big. You know what they remind me of? That Arkham Batman. Remember that last one that came out?
Oh, I haven't opened that yet. The snow.
Oh my god,
one. I'm gonna open that
figure
tonight.
is beautiful.
I'm gonna open that.
That's
tonight.
why he's the veteran. And now my figure, guys. You guys are gonna tell me who you think this is and what his name is. Who is this guy?
Mr.
Magoo. From RoboCop.
Yeah, who is this guy?
What's his name?
Something Jones, isn't it? Like some
Isn't that the guy that was
Chuck
like
Jones,
a part of the like that was the head of the company?
Yeah, he was the president of the
Chuck Jones.
Oh, is that his name? Chuck Jones?
Isn't it Chuck? Chuck Jones. I think it's Chuck.
Look at that. So this is what this is from. Look how dirty he is. I've had this figure for years. Look at his hand. He has never touched anything in his life. and look, and he looks like he's been working at a mine forever.
Wow.
At a carbon mine. I don't know why like his hands are all stained like that. But as soon as I saw this, I was like, I am getting this for my RoboCop line, and it fits so perfectly well with it. I forget who I was telling. Was it you, Flavio, about the I feel like with the RoboCop line, I think eventually we're going to get a cane because they have to give us a full-blown battle damage, like they did already with the one with no helmet.
Right.
I think we're going to get a cane eventually because we already got 2 ED209s. So I think we're going to get a cane eventually. It's one of the figures that it's about time for them to make. The problem is it's going to be humongous. So I think that's why they haven't made it, but it's definitely coming. 100% coming. Flavio, what do you have coming up on your channel, on your social media?
Yeah, like I said, I gotta push this Tusken Raider video out, guys. So definitely I gotta hit the ground running with that. I did finally wrap the backboard to my shelf there with the fabric that's hanging over here off to the side. So hopefully maybe next weekend or the weekend after that, I can finally get that popped on to the back, and then I'm almost done then. And then I just got to finish up with the plexiglass and get those all popped on with the magnets. And after the Tusken Raider, I believe it's another Star Wars unboxing. I have a couple more unboxings to do still. Not sure what order I want to go in, but Black Panther, hopefully I should be getting that shipped soon too as well. Paid that off just last week. And yeah, that's about it. I think that would be the next incoming figure, that Black Panther.
Oh, are you waiting? That's what you're waiting for? Black Panther's your next one coming in?
Yeah, I think that will be the next one. Yep.
And Mike, what do you have coming in?
Nothing actually. I think I'm finally pretty caught up. Like Neo just came in, like you saw.
Oh my God! Wait till you see that thing. You're gonna love it.
Really? I saw yours, and I'm like,
I'm telling you, it's not. It's very blog just because it's very basic. But let me tell you something. When you have everything else that you have, and you put that figure in there, it looks beautiful, 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 beautiful.
It came in like this super long box, though.
Yeah, it's a longer box. Look.
Like that's a way longer double box Hot Toy shipper than normal.
Yeah, it's a longer box. Yeah, look, it's not your standard. It's not your standard.
I mean, for what? What's in it that makes it so tall?
What do you call it? The number one, the background. They give you that background, the holographic background,
okay.
And they give you that. I mean, not that that's the reason why, but they give you the that plastic bullet thing. That bullet effect thing. But the reason why it's so tall, it's because of that background. That
well, they screwed up the barcode with it. What's this?
Yep,
sticker?
they did.
Yeah,
Same thing. Look,
that's a sticker.
Yeah, they covered it. Yep, they messed it up. Oh
Jesus, these women are like
having can you go over there, slap somebody, please? Because
amazing time out there. What is going on?
Yeah, thanks for inviting me.
Unreal.
Mike's waiting on rooted hair stickers. My box is bigger than your box. This guy. Yeah. So guys, what I'm expecting. So I got my Marty finally. I got my Doc Brown finally. I got this guy to open up. I got to make a video on him. Looks pretty cool. I have to make my video on these guys, or the asthma stuff, the Griffin, the Shadow, and the Nightmare. I also have coming in. What else is coming in? There was something else coming in. Let me see what was coming in, because I am expecting something else. Also, my Ecto 1 should be coming soon as well.
I thought you said you weren't getting that.
I wasn't getting it, but you know what? I said, let me just. I ordered it from Amazon. So I got my refund. That's another thing, guys. I got my refund finally. I told you guys already, from Comic Concept. It went straight to my bank account instead of my PayPal. So that's how I was able to pre-order the thing right away. And let me see what the other oh, I know what I'm getting. I am expecting my Mark 7 D100 exclusive. That's what I'm waiting for. So like I said, that's coming in either Monday or Tuesday. I'm so excited for that piece. I can't wait to make the video. I'm also waiting for Wonder Woman to ship whenever. So whenever that is, I'll let you guys know. Let me see who's
Comic-Con tickets came in.
Just kidding. Richard Six, how are you, my friend? Welcome, nice to see you. Welcome back. Public concept. Yeah, no, like I said, I told you guys, I never expected him to steal my money. I never said that he was going to steal my money. It wasn't about that. It was about the runaround, you know, and not only the runaround, but like how he went about it too. It was like, you know, oh, you know, I'll ship it tomorrow. 3 days go by after the 2 weeks prior of him having shipped it already, apparently. So, you know, and then not even saying like, you know, oh, like I apologize, like, you know, let me see what's going on. It was more like, well, I don't know what you want me to do. You want a refund? Like, what? You know what I mean? So that's what made me like be like, what the hell? Like, what kind of, you know, if you're a business and you're looking to make money and you apparently ship my stuff, why are you giving me the runaround, number one? Number two, offering me a refund if you have already shipped it? You know, that's what made no sense to me. You know, all that, like, why would he offer me a refund if he already shipped my stuff? And according to him, it's already on its way. So that whole thing. But again, I got my money. I never, you know, I would never say, you know, oh, he was stealing my money, because as a company, I would never expect that. And again, knowing him for as long as I do, and as long as I've dealt with him, you know, in streams and conversations and stuff, I never got the vibe from him to be, you know, a scumbag or to be a thief or anything like that at all. And not only that, but because he's so active in the community, I would never expect, you know, that from him.
You're just pissed off at the way he handled
it.
So,
and that was another reason why I was very comfortable, didn't even think about it twice, of sending him the money, friends and family, through PayPal, because again, he's a business, and I never got the vibe from him of, oh, he's going to be a scumbag and steal my money.
Because you found out that, you know, he uses some kind of third-party distribution. He doesn't ship it from himself, obviously. You know what I mean? Because he wasn't shipping it from his site. You know, it was coming from some off-site, you know,
right,
drop shipment, probably a drop shipment of some kind, right?
That's exactly what it was. He's like, oh, I called the warehouse. I'm like, you got a warehouse? You know what I mean? So again, nothing that I knew of, that, you know, him having a warehouse, but apparently that's what goes on. And the Thor says Comic Cons and Brian Thieves are just, yeah, that's exactly right. It was never, like I said, I told you, you could go back to all the streams that I talked about it. I never said he's going to steal my money, because he's not that type of person. Again, being a business, you wouldn't expect that. Again, being part of the community as much as he is, you wouldn't expect that. So that's why I could never, and I would never say, you know, anything like that that's not true, because number one, if I had said, even out of anger, oh, he's going to steal my money. He stole my money, blah, blah, blah. Right. That's very damaging and detrimental to somebody in the community that's a business when I know it's not true. Right. So that would be me lying about him and his business to cause him harm. I would never do that. I'm not that person. But I will tell you what's happening. And if anybody needs proof of anything, there's always, text conversations to prove if somebody's lying or not. So that's another reason why I don't lie about things, because there's always a way to prove something. If there's a conversation about it, there's always a way to prove it, right? So that's why I don't go around spreading rumors about people that aren't true. I don't get involved with any of that stuff because it's not who I am as a person, but it's just not good. You know what I mean? To be known as that guy, making up stuff about people just because they're angry. I would never. But if you get me angry, just expect what's coming, because I don't
What did he end up saying happened? Like what in the end of the day, where was the confusion in shipping your thing?
So this is the issue. So he messages me and says, I messaged him. I said, hey, the Ecto One shipping, because I haven't gotten my email and apparently everybody's getting theirs. He messages me and he says, oh, I've been emailing you. They're shipping already. I said, perfect. I said, when can I pay you? So whatever, I send him the money. He goes,
you got us tracking. It wasn't moving.
Well, so he says, all right, I'll ship it. I'll ship it tomorrow. Right. So that was, let's say, on a Tuesday. Once he sends me the tracking says your package will be here on Friday. Perfect. I didn't speak to him anymore. Friday comes and I message him. I said, hey, the package is supposed to be here today. I said, I'm going to give you a shout out. He was like, all right, cool. Thank you. Friday at like 7 p.m. I said, the package never showed up. He goes, all right. He goes, I'll message him Monday. Obviously it's Friday. I guess there's nothing he could do on Saturday and Sunday. So he goes, I'll message him Monday. I'll make sure that it leaves on Monday. So then he looked at the track and I said, oh, it didn't move, blah, blah, blah. Monday comes. I said, hey, did you ship it? Yeah, I told him to ship it, blah, blah, blah. Perfect. Tuesday, the tracking's still not moving. Yo, what's going on? So now I'm like, why are you giving me the runaround? I'm like, you specifically said on Friday that you were shipping it, that it was leaving Monday. Now it's Tuesday. It hasn't left. What's the issue? So now I'm
Tuesday. Yeah.
Right. So now I'm taking it personally because I'm like, I know he doesn't mess with me because I'm not friends with him, because I'm not friends with all his crew. So I'm like, he must be doing this on purpose because everybody else got theirs. I haven't got mine. Where is mine? So that's why I take it personally. I'm like, yo, what's going on? Everybody got theirs. Why am I getting the runaround? He starts getting defensive, telling me that I'm the one who's crazy, that not everybody's after me, that blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what does this have to do with my item shipping? Obviously, you can't call me crazy.
What does my craziness have anything to do with you shipping it?
Well, no. So
pretty much true.
Well, no. So here's the thing. So you're talking about me being crazy because, nobody's coming, for me or after me. But 2 days in a row already, you said that my item was shipping and you were going to make sure of that, but it hasn't. So who's crazy? So when he said that, I was like, so you're calling me crazy because I'm asking you about 2 statements that you made about my item shipping, not once, but twice. Actually, by that time, it was already 3 times, not including, the original time that it should have shipped. So where does the craziness come in? You're telling me it shipped 2 days in a row. It hasn't moved. How am I crazy? Am I bugging out thinking that I'm not crazy because it hasn't moved? So then it went from, well, I don't know why you're acting like this. Do you want me to just give you a refund? As soon as he said that, I was like, nobody who has shipped an item is going to offer you a refund if the item
if it's in transit.
Thank you. And that was like, he never shipped anything, so I'll just take my refund and I'll call it a day. So after all that, I was like, you know what? It's not a sign for me because I don't own anything that's Ghostbusters related. 1/6. I missed the original, like the one. I missed the figures. So I was like, you know what? Let me get something. So I want the Afterlife. So that's why I ordered it to begin with. So then I was like, you know what? It is what it is. It's not meant to be. I'm not gonna get it, which is why you said I wasn't gonna get it, because I said I'm not gonna get it. I was like, it is what it is, not meant to be. But then I was thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? I was like, I want to get it. Let me get it, because I already had in my mindset, you're getting this thing. I don't know where it's going, but you're gonna get this thing.
Yeah, you got no room for it.
I really don't. I really, really don't. So I was like, you know what? I was like, screw it. So I had already planned also to do a live unboxing with it, and I mentioned it in the group. I said, guys, is coming soon, blah, blah, blah. So because of that, because of the live unboxing, I said, you know what? Let me just get it. Let me do the unboxing, and then I'll figure out where to put it after the fact. So that's the whole story. But yeah, it was nothing but a nightmare.
So you have it in-house?
No, it's coming. I ordered from Amazon. So, but yeah, guys. All right, guys. So as always, thank you guys for watching. It's super late. Thank you guys for staying with us. Thank you guys for being here as always. We'll see you guys Tuesday. So another thing, guys, before you guys leave. So because of the Ahsoka show on Tuesdays starting at 9, and Tuesday is my last day at soccer. So depending if it rains, if I have soccer, I'll start at 8:30. I'll start after Ahsoka at 10 o'clock. Only this next Tuesday. If for whatever reason I don't have soccer, I'll be on at my usual time, 7 o'clock. And we'll go till probably 7:30, 7:40, whatever, to give you guys a chance to go watch the show. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So stay tuned for those news. And as always, guys, thank you guys for watching. And I'll see you in the next one.